Hey, what's up, Sunning Baseline? We're here with the Division Two Grand Finals. We got Playboys coming up against What Would Cortana Do? And I'm expecting us to have some pretty good matches. They played earlier in the beginning of playoffs. It was 4-2, heading over towards Playboys. But I believe that they had a sub on What Would Cortana Do at the time. And so I think that What Would Cortana Do is probably feeling a little bit stronger with their chances here throughout the regular season. What Would Cortana Do had only dropped one game to the Playboys during that. So definitely our two strongest teams coming out to play today in a best of seven series. There's going to be some pretty exciting stuff between them. You can see the layout of the maps right there for you on what we're going to be seeing here. And as usual, I feel like, you got to get some objective dominance in these kind of games because Slayers are so finicky. I feel like a lot of times it's very coin flippy. So you never really know what you're going to get on those kind of matches. But now that all the players are here, we're going to be in startup soon. Hopefully, everybody's having a good Sunday evening, and the time change hasn't drastically affected you. I know I was surprised when I didn't change my house clock today, and came back from running some errands, and I was like, "Oh my, it's almost 4," and it was really almost 3. So hopefully, everybody else didn't have too much problem with that. Hopefully, you also didn't have to wake up at early on a Sunday, even though some of you might have for the games today. Well, I think just should be some good stuff. In case you're wondering, Darty is is on a slightly different named account than what is on there, but that is Darth Optimus for anybody that was curious about that. And we'll be referring to them as Darty during this play, but we should see some nice games here. We've got Darty, Pelcomp, Elite Games, EGI, and Final Boss going to make up the Playboys roster, and they're going up against ToxEF, Valerian, Grizdupop or Grizdapua and Sylvonic are going to be making up what would Cortana do. So I think we're going to get into some wait, did I say Optimus? Wait, is it Optimus? Yeah, it's Optimus. It's Star. Yeah, it is. Star Dissector, we got that. You had me concerned that it was like Darth Opius or something. I was saying it wrong. Don't scare me like that. By the way, we should have some good games here as we're going in this first game, King of the Hill. And this is one of the more fun King of the Hill maps, I feel like. I think that there's just a lot of stuff you can do to kind of rotate around the map and figure out ways to break into the hill positions. None of them really feel too terribly safe. But it looks like Grizz throwing some, I want to call him nerd names, as he's taking a pretty far back position. Ends up not seeing anybody pushing through, so he's now opting to go back and try to help his team. He's going to get the angle behind a couple members on Playboys. He's going to take down one. Repulse barely going to send him off, so Elite Gamer is going to take him out pretty quickly. Another Repulse flies through. Looks like that one wasn't enough to send him over, but he's going to catch the no-scope onto Toxins. That's going to be a couple down pretty quickly here. Sylvonic eventually takes him down. Relatively even start, though. We got trades going back and forth, a little bit of advantage going over towards the Playboys at the moment. We'll see what Tox can do as he heads up towards top mid. He's trying to push out over to Sandbags, looking if he can find some of these players. Is going to run into one player. I think that was Darty over in the back B. Get some shots on the comp. Grizz is going to clean that off. He's going to get into a fight with Final Boss. Final Boss over nades, trying to get him over the box. One of them doesn't quite clear. It's in a bit of trouble, but he spots out Grizz with that camo immediately. He's able to take him down. So more or less nullifying all of that. And they have a little bit of a hill advantage. They don't have hill right now. And a lot's kind of riding on Sylvonic here. Has the snipe. He's going to need to make it count as he's going to catch a player with a nice shot. Oh, and catches the headshot too. Sylvonic doing so much damage for the team. And while they did have to give up a little bit of pressure in order to get control of the sniper, Camo hits the no-scope as well. Going to take down Pelcomp. And Sylvonic is doing work right now to keep his team in that hill. They've overtaken the amount that Playboys got initially. Good damage onto this player in Big Door. Going to be re-peeking that with the help of the teammate. But hill player goes down. Sylvonic tries to get the kill. Tox is going to clean it up. He is the last one up, though. So he's going to be under some pressure pretty soon as the players are pushing in from Sandbags. He's going to QT back out. Jumps back up, though, to try and get in here and just see what he can do. I'm a little concerned about the push coming through. He is going to be able to drop in. Gets good damage. QT's out, and he's making great use of the equipment so far. He's going to get a kill. 3 go down, make that 4, as it looks like What Would Cortana Do are going to clear out the hill and take the first point in the game. You know, win a little back and forth, but great plays out of the squad. Grizz kind of popping off right now with 8 kills already. He's over in cuts, manages to slice through the grenades there. I was concerned that one was going to bounce into him, but he hasn't found the player that threw him, as that player did drop immediately. He's going to drop bottom mid, gets decent damage on one player. Looks like he is going to get the assist for that. Comp behind Comp, going to take that one out. 3 down again, as more hill time is starting to tick away. And now that camo up, he's trying to get there, but the last player, Final Boss, stayed alive top tower and was able to stop him from getting camo. See, it looks like his team is on the right side. He's going to get the repulse to send one player off the 360 behind the gap. I don't know if I've ever seen that combination before, but he picks up a couple of medals. Now they have the hill control, and I think they might have gotten camo, or at the very least they were the team to pick it up and have it burned off of them, because they had multiple players over there. Boss is dropping down. He looks like he got the call out as a player here. Gonna catch Sylvanik jump, and Sylvanik's not gonna make the jump from the pressure. Ends up going down with the perfect shots from Boss. Tries to re-peek out, but he's gonna go down. Luckily his teammate was able to clean it up. They've gotten a decent amount of time, but I would have liked to see them get a little more. I felt like they've had a pretty good advantage so far on holding the tower during this, but just didn't really get it to work too much. Valerian gonna sneak through, not able to win the piv. It looks like Sylvanic's gonna go down as well. So a couple more going down on the side of What Would Cortana Do, and Playboys are in a pretty prime position to get some solid hill time here, as the spawners from What Would Cortana Do are gonna be kind of a problem in trying to get there. The QT player is going to get out. Tox managed to pick up one. Looks like that QT player did go down, so a little more pressure coming from the Playboys. They all basically have this hill. The flank comes through, but it's not going to work out as Valerian goes down as well. And it looks like the first hill is going to go over to the side of or second hill to the side of Playboys. I kind of feel like maybe What Would Cortana Do should have tried to secure the new hill. It looks like they were able to get back for it, but they gave up some players that they might not have needed to with that final push. Boss is going to get one, but he gets traded out as Tox gets him. While Tox goes down as well, and so now it's Elite Gamers in the hill. And Playboys have kind of overtaken this position pretty early on. Good damage is going to come down. A player stuck one shot onto screens, tries to get the peak shot, but Elite Gamers is ready for it. Going to take down Sylvanik as the hill time is still going through. Grizz picks up one, but Tox goes down as well. So it's a 2v2. Pelcom gets great damage. He's taking down a one shot as well. He's going to try and pop a nade, see if he can't catch that player. I feel like that's an underrated nerd spot for grenades. I think there's a nade you can throw there that will land just barely outside the door and catch him when they're crouching. Pelcomp though is moving back up. 2 of his teammates go down, so he really needs to at least get a trade, or he pushes in. He's not going to be able to with 3 down. Things are looking kind of dangerous. It looks like the trade's going to come through for Darty and Tox, and this is a good position, especially with Sylvanik getting that camo. For What Would Cortana Do to get this hill, they have a little bit of advantage. So, you know, 1 or 2 picks off this camo could be so big. Finds one, doesn't rush it, is trying to get behind them, gonna put some damage onto one of the players. Comp rushed all the way through, but they know he's there. Gets the jump onto Boss for the perfect and the double kill. Things are looking really good. Comp is still surviving, and it looks like Sylvanik is just slow playing this to the camo. He knows that a lot is riding on him, but a team nade comes in, almost takes him out. He's gonna live for now. The shots come through. He picks up a second double kill, and with 3 down, Valerian and Tox should be able to hold off this one player at screens. The nades are coming through to kind of stall out that player, as Valerian is trying to make the best of this situation. Looking for him, but he is still just kind of sitting behind screens. And it looks like they are going to pick up the hill at the last second, so a lead heading over towards What Would Cortana Do. They're up 2-1 so far. About 2 minutes of the game clock has gone down, so still plenty of time for either of these teams to make some moves. Tox has been trapped in window for a little bit. The nade comes in, he's able to dodge out. Now he has an angle behind one of the players on sandbags. Doesn't get any damage, but knows the player is there. Sees him go back B and was maybe just a little too hesitant to chase Final Boss down. Looks like Final Boss is eventually going to go down. Comp has that snipe. He's trying to make it work, but he doesn't hit the shot. As Tox is now going to pick up this snipe. He knows there's a player over on Dice. Going to get decent damage, but he can't quite clean it up. Valerian is now there for the second attempt to clean that player up. They do eventually get him down, but what would Cortana do is getting a lot of hill time during this scramble, and I think they position themselves in a way to be able to get that sniper rifle. Sylvanik is trying to play as close to the edge as he can. He tries to pick a kill, gets him down to one shot, doesn't get the kill, but will find it onto training. He hasn't been pushed too hard yet. The player in pillars trying to put the pressure on, gonna reach out. Valerian has the flank, should be able to get something going over there, gets the trade, and now we do see Playboys taking control of the hill for now, but there's only a little bit left for what we're Cortana to do and get this third hill tapped in, and they'll be in such a prime position that they do. Playboys still getting a lot done. Comp has the snipe on the tower. He's trying to do something, but Tox gets a couple of shots, able to push over. Looks like a nade is coming through. This player on Dice in a dangerous spot, but a huge repulse is going to save them as the cleanups are coming in. 3 down on both teams. It's Sylvanik versus Boss, but Sylvanik opts to just sneak the time and run away. So that's going to be a 3-1 advantage over towards what would Cortana do right now. And they're looking pretty nice in this game. I feel like every time they get control of the hill, they get like at least a solid half of it before they're forced out. And they've been able to put such good pressure on the side of Playboys to make it so when they're getting killed, they're not getting as much time as they would have liked to. Final Boss is the last player up. He's trying to do his best, but it's so many grenades are coming through. He predicts the player coming up onto dummy ramp, gets good damage, can't quite take him out as another player tries to get out, but Tox is not quite able to, and it looks like the player from dummy ramp gonna come back up. I think that's gonna be Valerian. Valerian will go down as well. Now Grizz, the last player up. Playboys are in a great position to get some decent time, and they figured out where Valerian or where one of the players is that was up. So we'll see what Grizz can do. Sylvanik picked 1 kill. There's a player seemingly under tower. Comes up behind Boss. Boss is trying to get as much damage, playing his life. But the push is already starting to come through as the trades are happening. Boss is going to see if he can't get a trade. Gets the green gun, but can't get a punch out fast enough to get the trade. Another player goes down in hill. And it seems like what would Cortana do of overtaking this position? Sylvanik is trying to, you know, do his best to hold off the nade storm coming from A. A good repulse saves a little bit of the damage, and so far he's doing a good job of staying alive. He hasn't really taken any damage. A couple players on camo. He tries to challenge them, but unfortunately 2 of them there are going to be able to take him out. Valerian trying to hit good shots, but the 3v1 happens, so now Tox is doing his best to survive on tower, but huge grenade coming out of league game is going to find its way back there. Boss cleans up Grizz, and it looks like they're in a prime position to take this hill. The snipe is coming up too, so if they're able to get that hill and get out with snipe, I think they'll be in a great spot. Sylvanik is going to catch 1. Looks like Elite Gamers is looking for him. Sylvanik already gone. Oh, gonna hit this clean shot on the Valerian. Almost connects with the first. It's the second for the double kill, but does get flanked. It looks like Pelkov is going to pick up that one, and now Sylvanik trying to push out huge shots onto Darty. Darty's going to have to get out of there. Sylvanik is a dangerous player to try to chow. I feel like they're maybe a little lucky that Sylvanik opted to go after Darty instead of picking up that snipe and moving over to the big door side. We saw his snipes earlier being so problematic. It looks like Pelkov was able to pick up 1. The player on white wall is going to go down from Tox's grenade. Valerian trying to make her way over towards sandbags, and I like the slow play because he knows a couple players are down and they're going to need to get a pick or 2. Grizz is in a fight with Darty, but does end up going down. So Valerian having to be a little patient, finds Tox to link up with. We'll see if they can get a push going, but that Nest player already has him spotted out and is doing decent damage. I think Tox backed up for a little bit. There's a player over on white wall. Tox gets 1 as the push kind of comes through. The players are a little bit low. The punch comes in from Valerian. The trades are going back and forth, but so much hill has already gone towards the way of Playboys right now. They just need a little bit more. They have snipe camo in the hill, and Grizz is gonna go down. Somehow gets the miracle grenades to take out that player, and now snipe is over here trying to get something. Darty finds 1, hits the body on another. A huge plays out of Darty to slow him down, and I feel like that basically ensures that they are going to be taking this hill to tie it up 3-3, and with a minute 40 left plus overtime, this game is definitely going to conclude with 4 hills going to one of these teams. I feel like at first the edge was towards what would Cortana do, but Playboys have been coming back so nicely that I think they're in a pretty strong position. We got Final Boss in the back with the green gun, gets good damage. A little trouble cleaning up the kill. Looks like another player is going to come through, and Boss unfortunately is not able to get there. Elite Gamers is trying to make something happen, but a stray grenade bounces off the wall, which is not where he was hoping he would go. Now at least Darty is the last one up. He's going to be getting pressured, and Sylvanik is able to get the 3-shot beatdown on him. So what would Cortana do? Clear everything out. Sylvanik almost picks a player in pillars. trying to do as much as he can. He hears the nades coming in, so he's going to be forced to move back. Still doing some damage, and most of those pillar players were forced to kind of move back and pick a different route, just slowing them down during all this. What would Cortana do has gotten so much hill time. Sylvanek makes his way back up. There's only 2 players left on the push. Make that one. Pelcomp has to make a miracle happen, but I don't think he really has the time as 2 players are swarming him. Tox is just going to sit in the hill, and the first game is going towards what would Cortana do. Definitely a really back and forth game coming out of these 2 squads. I feel like I would still give the edge. Like, what would Cortana do looked really nice. Like when they were making stuff work, it just felt so clean. Whereas it felt to me like Playboys were much scrappier with it. You know, like they'd get control, get some time, lose control, and just kind of flip it back and forth. But definitely good plays. Sylvanek, 26 kills, pretty nice. But Grizz having an outstanding performance here with 29 kills, 11 assists. He's got that 14.7 KDA, absolutely popping off. Elite Gamers, we saw some snipes out of Elite during that game that were very nice, trying to piece it together. But the outslaying from Sylvanek and Grizz were definitely a huge factor in that game, netting them a pretty big advantage. So excited to see what they're going to be bringing to us in the next game. Hopefully we can get some more of these stats here. I like the shots fired is one of my favorite stats, because you can see like Final Boss shot so many, and like that's a really important stat to keep track of, because just putting down that much pressure on the map can be so difficult, especially when you're doing it like Sylvanek and Grizz did, where they also have a lot of shots fired. But, because they were in good positions, they ended up having tons of damage with 7.6 and 7.4K respectively, putting them pretty close to like a 3 to 4K advantage overall in the damage. And so that's going to be something that Playboys are going to have to deal with. Like they're going to need to shut down one or both of Sylvanek and Grizz, assuming that they want to keep having a good performance in the game, because they were very close, 3 to 4. If they could have cut like 1,000 off of that damage done, that's only a third of the overall damage differential. That could be enough for them to have won that game. It felt like, the way they were playing the map and playing off each other was very strong. And so just making sure that the players on what would Cortana do can't run away with the stats like that might be what they need. But we are going into a Slayer game. It's going to be Aquarius, and I'm not sure, but I think Aquarius might be sometimes one of my favorite Slayer maps. Like, it can get a little ridiculous when you're getting collapsed on over and over again, but I feel like it's one of the maps that like just gives you the tools to actually like fight out of situations. Nothing's too terribly awkward. The symmetry in the map definitely helps. But Final Boss is going to end up going down. We have a couple players from each team going down. A quick lead coming out for Playboys as they're up 1. Pelcomp kind of slow playing it over on the car side. Looks like he's just trying to look around, see what he can get done. Darty was able to pick up that camo. Pelcomp, a nice nade, is going to find a player. That player immediately drops as the lead extends just a little bit when Valerian Tox went down. Darty's making his way over towards blue. Pelcomp kind of gets caught out. He's going to have to be so careful here, and hopefully nobody will end up coming behind him. But Darty was able to kill Grizz, who was that player in the blue base. Pelcomp trying to get out, and Pelcomp had a bit of a rough start. He was just kind of trapped over in car side. Every time he tried to move, he took damage. But he played his life well enough for his team to pick up kills on the back of it. 3 players in the car was not what you wanted to see when you turned that corner, so Darty was going to end up going down. Sylvanek now pushing up. He's going to catch 1 player. The stick not thrown fast enough, so it just ends up falling to the ground. Gets another player 1 shot as Valerian going to try to get that kill, but Elite somehow comes out on top of that. Grizz looking to see what he can find in back blue. He's going to get some pretty decent damage onto 1 player. Opts not to chow too hard. Definitely doesn't need to, as Tox is able to get 1. Elite trades that back out. It's a 1-kill game, and it feels like both these teams are, trying to play a relatively conservative style here. They're not really extending too hard, holding positions, and it's seemingly working out for both of them. As what would Cortana do? Take their first lead of the game. It looks like Grizz is trying to link up with Valerian, see if they can catch some of these players. They probably don't know that there's 4 players here on the car side, but it looks like a flank. Car 1 has come through. Will Sylvanek be able to make something happen over there? It's like he was able to trade out with another player. We're tied up 13-13. As Tox is looking from the P2 angle, just trying to get some information on where team members are on the other side. Unfortunately, it does not quite have the angle to see those players jumping up on car side. He's going to get leg swept by, I think that was Hellcomp? I'm not 100% sure that ends up getting the kill. A huge stick coming out of Valerian as well to pick up another kill. And now it looks like Grizz is trying to move up. Hellcomp's going to be there to shut him down. Another camo pickup did happen for the side of Playboys. And with that, I think we'll jump into a listening real quick with the Playboys to see what they're talking about when it comes to bringing this series back.
On shrooms, yellow.
I'm pushing shrooms.
You gotta chop him.
One shot.
P2. MP1.
I spawned car one.
They spawned blue fridge also.
Hear that?
Nading on.
Top mid. I got 2 shots him.
Blue first one
P1
shot.
MP2. P2 one shot. P2 one shot. Blue fridge.
Traded.
Nice.
Cats is still over here. Like our P jump up.
I spawned car.
One shot top mid.
Dead.
Dead.
Comp behind you, yellow.
Yellow gen.
Come up the stairs. I got your help.
Yellow gen one shot. Bottom yellow gen one shot. There's one yellow first.
Bottom mid.
You
One towards you, pal.
Yellow gen on me. Top yellow gen.
Yellow jet. Shrooms, yellow shrooms, one shot.
I got him.
Traded.
P1.
P1 go
Blue
blue fridge.
Hear that? Two here.
I got your help, stay left.
Shit on.
Yellow's far back, he's one.
Nice. In blue base. One shot blue base.
I'm looking at shrooms.
Nading Peter.
He's on shrooms. Oh,
Blue fridge. I mean, blue
shrooms.
util.
Yeah, he's weak.
Blue flag.
Blue Peter one shot.
Stay alive. They got numbers.
They're really low in blue.
I'll spawn blue with you guys. Camel's up.
Go blue Peter.
Car 3, go to camo right now.
Top mid, one shot.
One
You dropped
shot.
bottom mid, one shot with camo.
I
That
got
was
Shrooms absolute.
Top blue, two of them.
Good help.
Other one blue window. One shot.
Keep it up.
Okay. Blue flag. Two.
There's 2 in here, both one shot.
Killed one. I killed one.
Traded.
Trade.
Nice.
There's another one blue, you said there was.
He's still there. I go car 3. Car 3
Car
right
one
now.
on me. Car one one shot. Going yellow side.
Blue shrooms. One shot.
Bottom mid, one shot. He's got shields. Blue table. Nice.
Got him.
3 dead?
I think there's one bottom mid. I don't know where I got killed from.
Dead.
Blue gen on me.
Hear that? I'm coming.
Dead.
Yeah. Where'd you get naded from? Back blue somewhere?
Top yellow.
On car two.
Top mid or yeah, blue base.
Two in here.
Hear that.
I'm one shot camp.
It's too weak in yellow gen.
Two yellow table. One's coming up.
Absolute.
Doing
Car two in here.
Car 3, car 2.
one shot bottom mid.
We're dead.
You're
We're
last
dead.
up, you're last up.
One yellow gen.
Try to get angles. Car 3 weak.
Top yellow,
Blue
top yellow.
Blue gen.
I got
P1.
All right, we're back in that listening, and like while they had solid comms, definitely getting a lot of information across, I feel like it left a little bit to be desired as far as small talk. I didn't hear too much of like any sort of real plan with it, and they've been playing a very patient style that was working up until these last like minute or two, where their lead that was around like 8 to 9 has kind of dwindled to 1. So they're gonna have to, you know, keep up this defensive strength they've had. Sylvanek gets an okay timing, but doesn't quite get the kill. He's gonna get taken down, and oh, that was so tragic. That could have been a 2-point swing for them, but instead he goes down, leading to a 3-point lead out of Playboys. Grizz under a lot of pressure. He's trying to get all the way to the pack of blue, see what he can do back here if he can stay alive. But things are getting a little dangerous. Again, they're only down 3, and that's a huge grenade out of Grizz. Gets 2 players, 1 shot. Sylvanek really wants to try to push through, see what he can do. The trade's going to come through between Darty and Grizz. The players down at bottom car, pretty low. 1 kill gets brought in. Will Blame get the other one? Not quite. And the flank is already there. They're still down 2, 45-43. Things are looking a little bit desperate for what would Cortana do. Like, it's so scary with how many trades happen in this game. You can only having a couple kills to work with. Tox eating some nade damage. He's gonna back up. It looks like a threat seeker got thrown into the blue util side.
5
Not
minutes
sure if it caught
remaining.
anyone. It looks like they are starting to push up. Grizz trying to look, is gonna find Pelcomp. Pelcomp hitting great damage immediately. Grizz has to try to stay alive here. Looks like Pel does not want to overextend too hard to try and get that kill. The push comes in from Grizz. He's trying to get the damage done. They were able to get 2 with a 1-player trade on the other side. So they're only down 1 on what would Cortana do. Playboy's in an okay position. 1 player's trying to fly over towards that yellow fridge side. They all look like are going to back up into yellow fridge now. I think Pelcomp is the one that made it into the base of yellow, and so he's going to have a decent cross angle, but he does get spotted out. They know he's there. Or Valerian is going to pick up that one. We're tied up. 1-shot players all over the place. A trade comes through. Another player trying to survive is 1 shot. Hits the thrust, but not going to get through as the lead flip does happen. The trades are here. A 1v1 between Pelcomp and Grizz. Pelcomp is going to take it, and that's going to be a 50-49 victory for the Playboys as they narrowly tie up the series here 1-1. I cannot believe, like, I thought it was over. I didn't think the melee trade before the 1v1 was going to happen, but that melee trade coming through was so clutch to give Pel the opportunity to win his one, hits the perfect shots, and is going to take that. So, you know, once again, super close series coming out down to the wire, 4-3 on Hill, 50-49 in the Slayer game, and pretty even kills across the board. Darty kind of standing out in the Slay department, but with the assists, I feel like it balances out pretty closely between these teams. And one thing I'm noticing, maybe just because I was watching other Halo earlier in the day, is the assist numbers are looking a little bit low. I think people are winning a decent amount of pips and getting some assists, but if either team managed to bump those up a little bit, I think they'll be in such a prime position to start really taking these games. But yeah, that was a crazy close game coming out of that. I cannot believe that we got a 1v1 piv with basically everybody else dead to end it. Shots fired super even actually on the side of Playboys. Almost everybody shot about the same amount. There's a little bit of variation in the hits and damage pretty close. So Vanek standing out, Darty also standing out. Not too surprising to see that. Grizz having another pretty good game coming out of him. You know, only around 900 damage less than Sylvanic. And if you're keeping up with Sylvanic, you know, that's got to make you feel good on your chances to keep this this series going and maybe be able to come out on top. Remember though, if what would Cortana do? End up winning this first best of 7, we'll end up with a bracket reset. So we might be in for a lot of Halo tonight, folks. I hope you're strapped in as we get
Capture
ready
the
for our
flag.
Fortress Capture the Flag. I've heard a lot of talk about changing this to a 5-cap game, and same with Origin. I'm fine with it. I don't think I mind at all. But certainly can be pretty quick sometimes. Like if you hit the correct slides, you can make that flag move so fast. Like if you're taking it just from the base, for example, you have 2 slide opportunities. This box that's right down on the other side of that BR will get you into the middle, and then you can hit a ring shot. But it looks like one shot's going to come through on Pelcomp. No way he keeps the chow going and is going to take down Grizz. There's kind of a flashback to the end of that Slayer game as he gets one, hitting good damage, but he is going to get taken out by Valerian. The trades are coming through. Looks like the positioning advantage is there as Darty has that overshield already grabbing the flag. Grizz is the last one up. Elite Gamers is trying to find a good position to shut down the push from them. Keeps another player more or less stun locked. Is going to pick up the 1-shot on Grizz, and a very quick 30-second cap coming out of Playboys as they are out of the gate swinging. Pelcomp picks up a double in the feed as well. All the players going down. Elite is just trying to see if he can find these spawners. Going to catch the no-scope, but Grizz hitting solid shots. He's going to be able to trade that out. Boss almost makes it over to the flag position, but was taken out right before he got there. It looks like Darty is going to have that snipe. He's trying to stay alive at the tower, so we'll see what he can get done over here, as he seems to just be being patient. He's trying to make sure he gets information. He's going to catch a player coming up to the tower, hits good shots, but no, once again, Grizz going to come out on top of that tower fight. We'll see if he can get that snipe. Not sure if it fell off. A couple players down from both sides. It looks like Grizz on that overlook position is going to clean up Comp with a headshot, taking him down. Darty is the last player up, and he's in sort of that like bottom ring snipe area. So relatively well covered. The players are coming through. Grizz does not connect with the first snipe shot as he's still looking around to see what he can get done. Looks like he's out of snipe for now. He's in the tower position. I would like to see, after they get like a pick or two, him moving up into, you know, armory or something like that. Is going to catch a player. I almost think he could have dropped down from tower, like in the back, and hid for a second and repeat, and that player would run all the way out. He's doing a lot of great sentry damage so far, just making sure to shoot everything across the map. Picks up 1 assist, but Sylvanic's going to end up going down as well. And the game really has slowed down quite a bit since what we saw in the beginning of it with that 30-second flag. It looks like Talk is going to be able to pick up that overshield, and a lot of players stuck over on blue arches. If a good flank comes in, this could be devastating. Grizz is trying to get there. He sees that player over on the tower side. Ends up not being able to really challenge it too much. The player is now top snipe. Decent damage, but the nade is going to come through. Final boss is going to hit that cleanup. Talks with the overshield, was able to get it across, but it's basically gone now. Into a bit of a desperate fight here, and Pelkop going to come out on top. Pelkop has been really tight with the one so far. It's taken low. Valerian trying to push up on this. Valerian is going to take him down. Gets the call out to help the teammates. Sylvanik doesn't need it as he gets the kill on his own. And now Valerian in a decent spot. This is like kind of the Snakebite corner recently. Watching much best SG, Snakebite loves to sit back on that elbow side. And is trying to get some damage down. Valerian taken pretty low. Multiple players on the case. Looks like Tox is flanked all the way through. But the same can be said on the other side as one player is in the back. Sylvanik is fighting them right now. Looks like Sylvanik is going to win that. It was Darty. And now Tox is starting to move the flag. Kind of awkward timing though, because the snipes did come up. We'll have to see what they can get done. A stick from Elite Gamers is going to stop this flag for now. But a huge angle from Grizz. He's doing so much damage. Gets one player, one shot. And now is there to try and deal with the player returning the flag. Unfortunately, no one was able to move up, so I suspect that flag is going to get returned pretty soon. There's still a player. No way, it actually got touched. So they're going to keep it alive as Grizz picks up another kill. They're inching their way over. You know, a very different kind of flag pull than we saw the first time. It looks like Elite Games is going to take out Grizz, but is going to be cleaned up by Sylvanik. Valerian on the push. A player has come through bottom mid and is trying to get the kill there. Meanwhile, they got a counter pull on the other side as Boss is starting to move that flag across. Gets the repulse to send it farther out for safety. Is able to back up a player, and they got their own flag return. So now, if Boss is able to come out on top of this exchange, he does get one. Can he stay alive? As long as he can keep being a nuisance back here, that gives his team some time to maybe get that flag pull. They have the OS. The flag is going 2 players down, and it looks like Final Boss's persistence in the armory is going to be enough to make this cap work as they're up 2-0. And I think we're going to jump into a listening real quick of what would Cortana do to see if they have any plan on how to bring back this series.
Nading the snipe, one's at bottom arches. Push the arches if you can.
Yeah, there's 2 there underpass.
Another one there.
One shot there
I can get a
underpass.
touch, give me a second.
I got it.
Whatever.
Last guy was. We're missing one. He was underpass, I think. Under there.
One, he's their elbow.
There's snipe. They're back to spiral.
Artie's weak. There's 2 here.
Nice. Weak, they're back armory.
2 their flag.
They're wing. Dead.
Dead. Going the ring 3. He dropped their bomb.
One shot their front court. One
Top tower
their
weak.
their front hut.
Top tower sniping. One's their bottom flag on me. One shot at me, bottom flag.
One guy in their hut right now.
He's their
Chasing him.
basement, one shot
Okay.
still.
He's still chasing. He went bottom.
They're spawning armory, one's their basement.
Their flag. Pelcop weak in the back.
One snipe.
One's pushing our top tower now.
One guy was their underpass, I think.
Their armory.
He's still there. Weak.
Their elbow.
Their spiral.
Nice. I got snipe.
One's their spot armory still.
One guy their elbow on me. Elbow
OS.
is gonna kill me.
On OS now, one
They're
shot.
bottom.
Another one pushing OS, weak.
On the ramp weak. Dead. He
Nice.
dropped OS. OS is not popped.
They're bottom.
Not.
Bottom one.
Dead.
Bottom mid, OS.
I got OS. I'm pushing their. I'm gonna push their
Yeah,
armory.
good shit.
I'm pulling towards the line.
Yeah. They're gonna spawn their trench. One shot their spiral.
Basement here. They're bond free. Weak.
Gotta shoot their basement.
Henri weak. Pushing their tower, weak on you.
They got return.
Their top tower.
Flag
Damn.
returned.
Their bottom tower.
One shot their ring 2.
There's 3 dead. 2 dead.
3 weak. Elite. Dude, one shot ring 3. I mean, our archer.
I have no shields out here.
Yeah,
Our archer is weak on their back.
I'm getting
Okay.
grabbed in top mid.
I got him. Spawn,
Got it.
ring 2, and our bomb.
There's a snipe on our base.
Our wing
One's
right
our
up
ring
a boss
3.
weak.
Dead. Another one's out there, mid tower.
All right, we're back from that listening, and they're sounding pretty good. You know, they had solid control. They certainly didn't sound too stressed, and it shows as they put on 2 caps in those few minutes that we were in there, tying us up to a next cap win situation. Elite Gamer trying to get back to his base, and some players got through. He's able to pick up Sylvanic, which is arguably one of the more deadly players in the lobby. Well, arguably is a crazy way to say that. He's a very deadly player in the lobby right now with 24 kills. Elite Gamer, though, going across the map to pick up a kill and an assist. Now he's in a position to grab the flag. Sees a spawner and opts not to shoot him. And almost like if he was just somehow a split second faster, that could have been so devastating for what Cortana did. But the snipe was picked up during that, and he did end up getting clipped. The flag is still in an okay spot. They're a couple of slays away from getting that going. And I think I saw the overshield pop up down there. Looks like one of the players on Playboys is going to get that overshield. They have one player trying to return the flag. Tox is going to take out final boss. Valerian is going to catch a snipe on the one player. I think this was the overshield player, Pelcomp. As he's taking low, he's going to go down. And so a huge hold coming out of what would Cortana do. They were able to shut down all that pressure coming from the Playboys. And now they have an opportunity to maybe move up on the map. We'll see. I see some damage going down. Looks like Grizz and Elite are going to be trading out there. A fight going down bottom tower. Tox is going to win that. Hell was trying to get there to clean it up, but he got caught by a player, I think, on the wing side. Elite's now the last player up. He's got the BR. He's going to need to win this. Of course, he doesn't get the first shot, but he's going to win the fight anyway against Sylvanic. Doesn't quite catch the clamber, but isn't a decent spot to maybe move up. He's just trying to throw denial grenades. Catches one player down at Arches. So far, staying alive. The Elite Gamer's looking pretty nice at the moment. He's played his life well. Comp was able to pick off one off the pressure that he provided here. Decent damage with a huge grenade coming out of nowhere, but no, Valerian gonna come out on top of that. Boss gets the pick, but we have Sylvanic with the snipe once again, getting kind of a sneaky angle there, trying to catch this player on the wing and hit the body shot, looking for the drop down, because a lot of players will do that, but eventually doesn't need to as the player was there to clean it up. Can't connect on that player that was down in Arches. He's still looking for him, but the player has already moved to the tower side. I think they're front tower right now, as Sylvanic is being very conservative with the snipe. He really doesn't want to give it up. There's not a lot of time left, and Comp getting a snipe makes you know that there is a lot of danger to look out for. Unfortunately, I see a player flanking up behind him from the tower side. He's gonna get some good damage on the one player, misses the no-scope, tries to hit the second one, comes through, and it looks like he is gonna stay alive over there. Meanwhile, Comp is gonna trade out with Tox, as Valerian's starting to move back in their base to see if there's anybody, you know, kind of back here. They're getting ready for this next overshield. Valerian's in position to put down damage, but a quick slide comes through. Looks like the trade is gonna come through, I think. Or no, I think OS did get popped right now. Sylvanic is doing as much as he can. 3 people are melting this poor player with that, and the overshield immediately is going to be taken out of the equation as more trades are coming through. Ring 1 and 2 have become such a dangerous spot. We got Pelcomp trying to figure out where these players are. 2 of them did make it through. Pelcomp almost gets the back smack, but final boss gets the kill before it can happen. And now Pelcomp is looking for spawners to see how he wants to try to push up. Great damage onto the fight on L stairs is going to give them a good opportunity for the pull. He finds a spawner, catches one low. Decent damage onto this player in snipe is going to take out Valerian as well. The flag is on the move, and with a couple more kills, I think that they should be in a solid spot. Sylvanic gets 1 kill though. He is going to go down, and this might be an opportunity. It looks like a lot of pressure is still there. Another player in snipe side trying to make something happen. Shoots the gap, gets taken low, but a player has made it all the way through. Grizz gets 1. Sylvanic takes out Comp, and I think we have a hold for what Cortana do, as this last player is not going to be able to win it. Tox gets a clutch kill on Elite Gamers, and that's going to return that flag. So we're kind of back to square one, and now the spawn kills are coming in for the side of what would Cortana do. Good damage from Tox, plays his life well, as also as he starts to move over. They just need to catch this player on the spiral side. Gonna maybe pick off 1, no, 2 super low. Going to Arches, another player comes out. 3 players were taken down in one shot. Only one of them went down, but now it looks like Valerian has the flank, gonna take out one player. Another player has made their way over to the Red Armory. That flag is so close, though. It looks like they kind of maybe just want to desperate it. He was one shot trying to stop it, but what would Cortana do? Bring out the single game reverse sweep, because they were down 2 flags into bringing 3. So once again, keeping this series close as it goes up 2-1 in the favor of what would Cortana do in a huge flag game. You know, 1 flag separating these teams, and I cannot believe how close these games have been. Like, I kind of thought Playboys was looking good in the beginning of that. I feel like you make a cap in the first 30 seconds, and you're making a pretty solid statement for your chances of winning the match there. But what Cortana do? Grind their way through it, and when Sylvanik is putting down 33 kills, that's a problem. You know, like, what are you gonna do about that? The assist numbers also looking pretty nice across their whole team. They've got like an even 40 assists, which is definitely pretty good. Not quite as good as or I think it was actually the same as what was going on with the other team. But yeah, huge plays coming out of what Cortana do. Way to stay in the game. And it just kind of shows you that as long as there's some time on the clock, you can always bring it back. What we're trying to do, make it work. We've got Sylvanik almost had a killing frenzy with a 9 spree. And so definitely looking pretty nice. But yeah, it's kind of a heartbreaking game for Playboys. I felt like they were so close there. And it's definitely, you know, that one certainly feels worse than the King game. So on the King game, you know, they were the ones that were able to even up, and then they ended up losing out on the last hill. But on that one, they had the lead significantly early. And then what would Cortana do? Just kind of pulled through. But we are going to be getting ready for our next match, which is going to be Oddball Live Fire. So that one should be another crazy one. And since we've already seen one live fire, I feel like the teams, you know, are going to have a decent handle on what each other are doing. And looking at the shots fired again, like that's Sylvanik having that many shots. Like Sylvanik hit more shots than at least one player fired in the entire game, which is like not super surprising that he ended up putting up the numbers that he did. And that's kind of, it was if you can stay alive and just put down damage for so long, like you're going to be able to do huge things for your team. You don't even always have to get the kills like Sylvanik is. Just make sure you're always doing damage and shooting the gun. 9k damage is crazy. That is probably the biggest disparity we've seen. And once again, Grizz popping off with a pretty solid game. I feel like Grizz has been playing great this series as well. The whole side of what would Cortana do has just been doing a phenomenal job playing off each other. And they, you know, it is keeping them pretty solidly in contention for, you know, setting up the bracket reset. And yeah, Ronan, this is the grand finals for Division 2. So heating up. What would Cortana do? Just need 2 more games to be able to get that reset going and send us into you know, the true final, I guess you could call it, as this oddball game is starting up. But yeah, I think both teams have a pretty good idea of what the players are going to want to do here. You know, they got to see some expression on the King of the Hill, like how often players were trying to like flank around the map versus players trying to, you know, make their way through the bottom, what they're trying to do with those kind of things. So we'll have to see. I'm curious to see what Sylvanik is going to do, just because of some of the things that people that have been coached by him have told me on what his advice is on what to do, like when you spawn up in certain positions. So this should be a very interesting to see if he sticks to his guns on that. I suspect he will, but we are going to start off with this first player, and that's going to be Sylvanik, the one we were talking about. Coming up immediately, trying to pressure that snipe. Gets 1 nade up top. The flood goes through. The players kind of running into each other a little bit. They get down for the ball, get that snipe, and a flank came through immediately. Gonna catch Sylvanik out, so he's gonna go down pretty quickly up top. Looks like Pelcom taking low from the nades. Ball hasn't really gone anywhere as these players are still trying to get something going. Pelcom, it's a bit of an awkward grenade situation. He's gonna end up going down. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. I don't know why we're jumping to punch our sticky wickets, but he's gonna go down. Darty goes down as well. And I think what would Cortana do? Maybe in position to get this camo. I'm not sure though, as a couple more players go down. Valerian's taking low. Grizz is trying to do what he can. He's one shot as well now. Elite Gamers just jumped up and grabs that as Grizz is going to be forced to back down. It looks like the flank is coming in too. Grizz trying to do what he can, but the camo player is going to end up taking him out. So Sylvanik gets one, and we have a little bit of ball time heading over to the Playboys, but nothing that I would consider a significant hold. Elite Gamers with a clutch win right there. Hunt to talk, able to take him out. And Sylvanik now moving up is going to find Elite, gets good shots. Elite taking on a one shot, wasn't able to get out. The trade is going to come through between Darty and Sylvanik. Looks like Grizz is going to get one, but Pelcomp answers right back. Now we do have Final Boss locking down the top tower, and I feel like this is the first like positioning advantage we've really seen. We have a tower control with the ball being held. Unfortunately, the spawners came in at A, and it looks like Tox is already going to be back elbow, taking out Boss. So, you know, kind of an awkward situation where maybe you wanted to rotate the ball over to A as soon as you saw where your spawners were, just knowing that the other team is probably going to be huge damage coming out of Elite. He gets one. No way he gets away with two. How did they not kill him? He is so close to dead. I think the cover from Final Boss was just enough to back up those players. And because of this, they're able to more or less retake the position. They have the advantage slightly as Pelcomp moves away with the ball. One player makes his way over towards Silo, but Elite is already on the case, taking him down to one shot. Pelcomp going to drop the ball to try to take him out. A lot of shots coming through. Elite Games is going to go down from Sylvanic. Sylvanic is there with the repulse, going to knock one player back, gets that ball, and looks like trying to get it over towards A. The nades and damage are coming through. Have to see, can he make that jump with the ball? He's not going to go for it. As the bottom mid fight is happening, trade comes through. Sylvanic still trying to move the ball. Got that awkward moment where like you run into the ball and it kicks it away from you. Sylvanic looks like he wants to just move this over to B so they're ready to play it. There is a player back here. Tox already goes to Sylvanic. Gonna boop him off real quick. Two go down. Ball is gonna go down from a clean grenade though. Now Elite Games does have the camo, and I think that's gonna be enough to clear them out. The stick from Sylvanic is crazy there. I cannot believe he had time to flick up and notice that the camo player was about to knock him out. So the ball does go back in the hands of what Cortana do. They've taken a bit of a lead. Pelcomp has the snipe. He's really going to need to make something work here. He's going to pick up one headshot. See what he can get done here. Tries to get the shot before the ball gets played, but a good play comes out. What we're trying to do, we're going to have to reset up. And now Pelcomp has this snipe as he's trying to move over towards the tower side to see what he can get done. But things are looking a little tough, being stuck on the low ground here. It doesn't look like he got where he wanted to. So now he's going to have to back up. He tries to, but the push already comes through. Grizz is going to take him out. There's a player in Vigor getting to a fight. Looks like they're going to go down. Elite Games is going to play that ball. 4 go down, though, for Playboys. And still a slight lead coming out from what would Cortana do. Sylvanic trying to move a wide flank over towards his campus spawn. Catches Pelcomp, sees the spawners here. He's trying to do as much damage as he can, but unfortunately there's a player in window. Whips around for the stick, but it's not going to quite have the angle to make it there. As Valerian is over here getting into the fight, unfortunately is going to get kind of caught up and pincered in the dummy door area. We do have Grizz with the sticky grenades on tower, hits the shot for the damage to get a cleanup on Sylvanic. Pelcomp trying to push through. He's going to get the trade. He was so low getting up there. But it looks like Tox is going to grab that ball. Scrape what time he can get together before what I would assume is a play. He gets 1 second over the other team. Plays the ball. Darty's going to be there to clean him up there. It does look like we're seeing Grizz over on Camo side trying to stay alive. And he's doing a pretty good job so far. Gets an amazing grenade. No way. It just barely falls short. I thought that was going to stick the foot, but it's not going to. Valerian, the last one up, and it's such a tough spot to be in because they already know that she's over here. They're going to take her out, and that's going to stagger the spawns just a little bit, giving Playboy some breathing room here as Final Boss is able to get the flank. The QT player is going to get out. Looks like Grizz picked up 1 kill. So Boss is looking to see if he can finds 1 player. He's going to take out Tox. Camo is up. As it looks like Conf was able to pick up another kill. Grizz gets 1, but Grizz is going to go down. 4 go down as Boss is starting to get time. And this is a very strange hold. I feel like we've seen the ball just kind of being held in cuts this entire time, which is not what you would normally expect. I guess it's not really the worst with 2 players on bridge. Elite Games trying to move back to the position, finds a player but just barely looked away at the wrong time, so they get collapsed on. The shots come through. Darty dies, but they get the play just in time, and so that's going to stall out the control from what we're trying to do. Looks like Grizz tries to win a fight, but Pelcomp a little too strong with his strafe. He's going to take that one. Meanwhile, Sylvanic is going to find Elite Games in the back of A, take him out. But during all this, while they did pick up some of the spawners to, you know, hopefully disrupt the push a little bit, they weren't able to get any ball time because the players on Playboys did enough damage and, you know, kind of traded out some of those. So there wasn't too much of an advantage, but now Sylvanic has that snipe. We'll see what he can do with it as he's looking up towards his top tower. Comp gets 1 kill. He hears the footsteps. He's going to see Elite. It's one shot onto him. Elite's going to get away for now, as Sylvanic's not going to be able to chase. Looks like Valerian's going to pick up a double kill, and one straight out by Elite. Sylvanic is looking down there. Oh, tries to hit a shot. Not able to get either. Whoa, the melee doesn't connect. Hellcomp almost takes him down, but did the damage for Vasho get him? That always feels so bad. He can't get the melee right there. Looks like Final Boss into a fight here. The no-scope trying to come through. Final Boss not letting it happen. He's going to take out Grizz, as well as come down. No way he hits that shot. Going to stay alive. 3 go down. They just need 13 more seconds. Oh, he picks this player over on the Nest side. It's all going to be over. That player is forced back. 5 seconds left to go. No one really in position. They're watching that portal to see if he comes through. And it looks like they're able to get there. A player managed to get up, but it was just too little too late. Playboys are going to take the first round of this oddball game.
Round 2. Ball incoming.
We're starting with Pelcomp. I think we're going to see a similar opening. Yeah, they're putting 3 players towards that snipe, and they were really aggressive when they were on the other side as well. So Sylvanic takes the wide flank, though. He's able to get one. There's 3 players on this side. Tox gets another one. Grizz goes down, but Darty's going to have to snipe. He's going to... Oh, my God. Almost gets the nicest triple kill you've ever seen. Unfortunately, not quite able to close it out. He is going to end up going down. Valerian now moving the ball slightly for what would Cortana do. Grizz picks up one, but Tox goes down in the feed as well. And it's going to come down to what happens with these next picks, with Sylvanic and Tox both being dead. Looks like they are going to like somewhat play the ball in the rat tunnel, see what they can get done. The shot's not going to connect as Valerian goes down. The shots are still coming through. Grizz goes down as well, and a huge break coming out of Playboys. Just one more. Sylvanic trying to do what he can, picks up the lead. It's decent damage, but gets sniped. I think that was Comp with the sniper back there, and Sylvanic is going to back all the way up behind the box to hopefully avoid any grenades. Dang, Comp tried to peek out, but one of those nades caught a bounce and he was trying to back up and wasn't able to get away. Turns out Darty with that snipe is going to go down as well. Final Boss still scrapping time together during this. They're staying alive for the moment, but the player pushing out a big door is going to be Sylvanic, going to take him down. As Grizz is now moving up towards the ball. I'm not sure if they ever noticed that sniper was on the ground. Pelcomp gets a stick, so he's going to take down Grizz. Looks like Tox is going to trade that one out. And Valerian now trying to come up to support Tox as a push could be coming. It looks like the push is going to be coming from top mid. Valerian now has the ball, trying to scrape together whatever time she can. The push from Sandbags is already here. Gets a good angle for a little bit of damage. Sylvanic and Tox each picking up kills is going to be pretty big in order to get some more time on the board. As they're slowly chipping away at this game, you know, 10 to 20 seconds at a time. Valerian doing decent damage, is going to get pushed by 2 players, one far and one close, staying alive, dodging the nades so far, but no one finally catches there. And so Valerian's going to go down. The other players are trapped here at window. One goes down as the class fully comes through, and it looks like Playboys have broken the position and broken it in just the right way, where they're able to set up their own hold over here. As Tox is finally coming up off the spawn. Sylvanic trying to get some nades in. Doesn't look like anybody's really in position to get hit by those. Valerian catches one with a nade. Sylvanic is now looking for the overextender, going to catch one player, gets him low, but that player backs out immediately. And I feel like that might be, you know, part of the strat if you're on Playboys is you don't have to fight Sylvanic to the death. Just, you know, get 2 or 3 shots on him and then stay alive. Maybe somebody else can clean it up. Elite is forced to take the fight. Sylvanic's going to get Elite, but Pelcomp trades him out. Final Boss now going to see a player top mid, going to get forced down. Only takes 1 shot, but knew he had a disadvantage in the fight, so backs up immediately. The melees are coming through. The second melee misses from Tox. Boss is going to be able to pick that one up, but Grizz is able to get the kill. Meanwhile, Elite going to hit the no-scope into the punch, get 1 kill, catches a nade shot with the sniper, going to hit another body shot. Doing so much damage, he's trying to get away, needs the support of his team, and oh no, there was a player over on B. Looks like that player went down. And so far, Playboys have had a huge wipe here as they got most of those players down. Elite Games trying to see if he can't catch one of the spawners. Boss is in a bit of a fight. He's gonna go down as Grizz catches the punch. Elite Games was caught immediately, so they know where he's sniping from. He's trying to do his best. The play ball comes through, and Elite is gonna go down. I think he might have ran. Yeah, it looks like he ran out of snipe ammo. So, you know, at the very end, knew he was probably gonna go down. Just jumped out, seeing what he can get done. Meanwhile, Pelcomp playing super sneaky behind the box. Was probably hoping that they would, you know, make a move towards C for the hold, but they end up pulling it over to A. And it looks like he is going to go down as he was still low. Valerian slides in, takes him out. Elite Games, though, has already made his way into window, and this ball player just feels pretty cut off. A one-shot player tries to slide through. It looks like Tox and Grizz are both going to go down. Elite is still staying alive with a sliver of HP. The trades are coming through, but they're going well for Playboys as What Would Cortana Do went 4 down momentarily there. Elite Games has moved this over into a decent position to play. They're about to take the lead in this second round of Oddball. And if they're able to close this one out, that's going to tie them up in the series. They already have to call a couple players on C, but I think somebody's already slipped through to Big Door. Yeah, I see a little dot back there. Boss is going to find out first as he goes down. It looks like Elite is going to play that ball, tries to jump up to see if he can get anything done, but they're a little bit too on point for it. They have a slight lead for now as Valerian trying to get the damage done. Does enough for a teammate to pick up 1 kill, but is going to also go down. We are seeing the camo on the hands of Playboys. I'm not exactly sure who has it for now, but Grizz is moving up to try and get something done. Has a bit of a player disadvantage, so I like that he's kind of being a little slow about it. He might have seen camo. Yes, he did, as that camo player was moving up. Looks like a lead. No way you get that 360. Oh man, 360 mind the gap, sends the player away while one shot. And that's so devastating when they really needed to make that push happen. Too. What a crazy grenade. Tries to sneak it off the ramp behind Boss to get the kill. Doesn't end up working out, but could have been pretty amazing. They're, you know, seemingly trying to bounce that ball back to them a little bit. The flank is going to come through, though. Huge shots out of Pelcom. Already take that player down to 1 shot. Man, just to get the kill as well before going down. But 2 players down on the side of Playboys. A shot comes through from Darty. Going to be enough to get cleaned up by a teammate. Looks like Darty is trying to push through. See what he can get done. Is going to hit the body onto Grizz, gets the punch to take him out, and is now rotating with the rest of the team. Has stayed alive with the snipe so far. Still has 6 bullets left to work with. Has spotted another player. Going to get the quick scope, take out Valerian, and Darty is doing so much right now. It's actually a crazy amount of damage being done, especially if he catches one of these players. Gonna get left. He's an, oh my god, hits the double kill, no scope. Darty is on fire right now, and that's certainly gonna close out the round and the game for Playboys as they tie it up 2-2. That was crazy plays out of Darty. Really going off at the end of that game. I cannot believe that he was able to pull that off. You know, so much damage too. I want to say like he hit what, like 5 or 6 snipe shots total, like, you know, mostly bodies into cleanups, but then that clutch headshot at the end just to really seal the deal. Darty must have put out like 600, 700 damage alone on that life. So certainly popping off. We're tied up 2-2, and like these games couldn't really be closer. Like the Oddball game looks like it was the least close, but I feel like time wise, they still got a pretty decent amount from the side of What Would Cortana Do. Okay, I guess it was about half the ball time. But look at those kills. For all you OCD people out there, that has to look nice. 3 20s and a 30. Yeah, it just feels good for the brain. It's brain candy for you. Meanwhile, on the other side, you know, struggling a little bit to keep up. They weren't down too much, you know. Only like, you know, 6-7 kills, something like that. So certainly within reason. It just felt like Playboy's rotations were so much cleaner, and when they were getting the play ball situations, it worked out a lot better. In fact, I guess I would say What Would Cortana Do really just didn't play the ball enough. Is there were so many times where they were having like an A hold or something, and they ended up dying in there, and the ball just ended up staying, and it just gives free points over to Playboys. But we are getting into our game 5 here. We're tied up 2-2, and yeah, I mean the series has been super close so far. This next game is going to be kind of important as we're going into Slayer on Streets, and this is a tough one. I want to give the edge to What Would Cortana Do because it feels like they've been a little bit more collapse happy with the way they've been playing, whereas Playboys seem to have been playing with a bit of a slower pace. Like we saw it in the Slayer game on Aquarius, as they were spending a lot of time just like locking down areas and trying to cover each other. And Streets really leans into your ability to collapse on stuff once you get a couple of kills and get those spawn traps going. But we're going to be on board with Pelcomp right away. as multiple members moving over towards B. Pelcom cuts towards the middle of the map. He was seeing if he could pick up a free kill onto C stairs. Gonna catch 2 people on B. He's got good damage so far. The team is there as they're gonna pick up 2. Pelcom hears the fight going down. He's trying to help Boss. Gets 1 shot and Boss is able to clean it up. So quick 4-0 lead coming out of Playboys. You know, they're coming into this pretty smoothly in the beginning of this game, and I really like that they haven't given up any deaths yet. That's always tough to do in these situations. They have a decent lockdown. Pelcom just, you know, doing chip damage here or there is going to eventually find Hawks, and this is the kind of patience that pays off sometimes. Definitely, you know, it's somewhat underrated. Like, a lot of times you'll feel pressured to see what you can get done on the map in like a short amount of time. Like, you're getting some damage, not kills, and you eventually push out and die. But Pelcom not doing any of that, as we almost have a 10-0 lead, which is getting pretty crazy. I think on that note, we're gonna jump into a listen-in with the Playboys and see, you know, how they're maintaining this kind of composure in a Street Slayer game.
Zero jumping down you. Pushing down you.
He got me. He got me. He's in Harry Potter.
Harry Potter weak.
Nice.
Be your own, be your own.
He's gonna drop on
Trying to
you.
get you.
Dropboy's 1 shot. There's 2
He's
there.
bottom here. Agen.
Just stay right there, boss. I got your shots.
Agen still.
Here, Agent.
I died to B-Rail. 2 B-Rail.
Real weak.
B-roll 2 shot.
Let's get it.
Driveway also.
Driveway.
Driveway also.
Hear that.
Trash. 1 trash. 1
Get
trash.
shields.
Spawn
Get
there.
shields.
3 driveway.
Front seat, absolute.
Back also.
Backside. 1 shot. Commando, 1 shot on you.
1 shot commando. 1 shot commando.
Harry Potter 1. Shit on.
I'm on top right here.
Good help. What Agent just flew out. Tires.
Dead.
I got chemo.
They spawned beers on me. There's 1 driveway, so B-Rail.
Should be red room. Driveway.
Driveway half shield.
I'm nading driveway. Careful.
What is in?
Got one,
Wait,
there's one
red
music.
room.
Ivy on me. Ivy on me.
Red room 2. 1 shot.
Dead.
There's
Still one more there,
C
one
on
more
me.
there.
There's 1 C on me somewhere.
Traded.
On
Got both of them ready.
On Harry, or he's on the Mando right now.
Yeah, he's
Sylvanic, he's 1 shot.
Crash.
1 shot front C. He's gonna be front C.
He's weak still. Disruptor. Might go driveway.
Dead.
He's there.
Top
2 guys.
Good one.
C, 1 shot. He's like bottom C steps or something. Laundry.
Someone
He's
piece
top C on
somewhere.
us.
Yeah, laundry.
Grizz is dead.
1's laundry still.
Here, laundry.
1 shot tires.
He didn't die. Still tire gen. 1 shot. 1 more tires.
Hologram.
Let's fucking go. Keep it up.
Front A. Top A. 1 shot.
Going back A.
Enemy
Oh, never mind,
halfway
he's
to
dead.
victory.
Watch him back here. Okay.
Is it? That's it. Okay, that's fine. Music?
All right, we're back from that listening, and they're sounding very calm and collected here, like just kind of getting the business done. And they had a little bit more small talk, which I like. You know, it's not like anything crazy, but just, you know, coordinating the pushes a bit and letting people know where they are to help. It's kind of giving them an explosive 17 kill lead. And you can see the peak shots out of Darty there. Like, they're starting to feel pretty confident that they've won this game. It's like, I feel like you don't have to take that kind of trade. But on board with Sylvanic, he's going to try to get something done. Has a kind of a sneaky angle there, but the help is going to come through. And this is what we've been seeing, I feel like, out of Playboys the whole time, is they're doing such a good job of getting stuff done. Like, if you take a little gander over at their assists, they have 24 assists at the moment. Is going absolutely crazy with it. Compared to the other side, it's only 12. So, and I mean, 12 out of 18, really not too bad, but it's like those assists are putting up numbers for Playboys. Grizz is starting to do something about it. Sylvanic picks up 1, but they're still down 14, and it feels like this gap is just slowly getting bigger. As again, it was, you know, what, 10-0 at one point, and now they're up by 13 kills. Grizz trying to move across the map. They see the players back A, and I feel like what Playboys have been doing is a lot of getting damage done and then pushing. Is like they'll sit there and they'll kind of bait in what Cortana do, and then once they've done a bit of damage, that's when they'll do the collapse, as opposed to like, you know, aggressively peeking them. We're seeing a bit of answers back. Is like this is the closest it's been in a while. Only a 9-kill lead, as what we're Cortana do are starting to clap back. They have a couple players trapped in PD. They're being so cautious on trying to take him down. Really don't want to give up anything. Final boss manages to get a trade somehow in that situation, which is crazy. Grizz staying up as best he can, but it sounds like more and more shots come through. Comp is going to get one. And things are looking very dangerous. Oh, by the way, hello, Dissector. I see you. But, yeah, Final Boss. Able to get that kill in PD is crazy. They're still up 9. Final Boss has that red gun. He's looking to see what he can do to kind of help assist his team. Is not quite caught the angle that he wants. Gets good damage onto the players over on the old shotgun spawn. Hasn't been able to get him, but he is going to put some nades down. And it sounds like one of those nades at least hit a little bit. The Elite was going to pick up Grizz, as Boss is in ATM, which is such a... He's been here for so long, too. Gets the shots onto Valerian. What good timing. He turns into it right away. Huge grenade coming down. He's trying to get out, but it looks like the slide is going to come in a little bit too quickly. He goes down. Elite and Comp trapped over in C base. They're going to go down, and you know, this game is starting to get a little bit closer. Only 6 kills now is what would Cortana do. Really stepping it up for the moment. Remember, just a couple minutes ago, they were down 14. It's only 6, so they've made some big moves in these the last parts of the games. Able to sneak that kill before their grenade comes through. 2 more come in. It's a 3-kill advantage, and a player in Comp is trapped. Make that a 2-kill advantage. What would Cortana? What are you guys doing? You can. It's unreasonable to bring this game back. I think we're gonna have like a problem here as a player one shot. Gonna kind of get trapped over on Laundry. His state alive though is pretty big. Tox trying to stay up. He's extended out a bit more, but 1-kill advantage is all there is. Tox is trying to creep up. He needs to be careful. If you poke your gun around that corner, they see you. You're in so much trouble. He goes down to the low stairs. Is gonna try to sneak into C. Oh no. He's made his way in. If he gets not spot, no, the timing is just not quite there. He gets into the back, but he's gonna go down. I feel like that was a bit too ambitious. They were bringing this back. The patience was working out, but it looks like they got a little bit, you know, antsy with it. And just like that, the 1-kill advantage turns into 5 as it works out for Playboys. They've been having this defensive posture the whole game, you know, making what would Cortana do, push into them, and then once they get a pick, running through that advantage. They know that players are trapped over in PD. Elite takes a shot to the side. He's not too concerned. 2 kills away as Playboys are looking like they're trying to make another 10-kill run like they did in the beginning of the game. Valerian stuck in the 3v1, tries for the trade, not going to get that. It looks like Sylvanik was able to pick up one. Grizz gets another one, but Final Boss is going to punch the last one out, and that puts Playboys on game point. But they made it a little more concerning than I felt like it needs to be. I feel like they might have just, you know, tried to hold their defensive posture a little bit too much, and that's why they were getting overwhelmed, or maybe they just laxed it. I feel like I would have to go back and review the whole VOD there to see like how it was able to tighten up that much. But at the end of the day, Playboys, you know, are able to explode away at the end of that game, taking a 1-kill advantage and making it an 8-kill advantage to win that. You know, great plays out of them, and again, they just had better assists. Like every single player on the side of Playboys has more assists than one of the other players on the other one. So, you know, we're looking at what, 3, 5, 4, 3. So that's a lot of assist differential there. And Playboys, they just need one more to take this series, and that's got to be like, I feel like a good back and forth, you know, a nice emotional swing in the middle of it for them, right? Is they were probably feeling good, then they probably were feeling kind of bad, and then they're feeling great when they clutched up and were able to close out that game. So they're definitely going to be coming into this next one with some confidence. And we are going to be going into Strongholds on Recharge, which I would say is a controversial game type and mode or map and mode. It can be really suffocating to try to get anything done in that map mode sometimes. But yeah, shots fired once again, you know, pretty even coming out of most people. Sylvanik on top. Sylvanik has a lot of damage, but look at how close the damage is on the side of Playboys. And it makes sense. Like when we were watching them play, like they were all together, they were all team shotting. You know, that's what put them up like, I don't know, 14-ish assists, something like that. And so You know, overall, they were just looking like a really solid team working together. And coming into strongholds, that's what you need. Because strongholds, again, it can be so suffocating when you're on this map. Because once you get locked out, you can be locked out for a long time. And when you're in a position where like you're trying to play, like it's really hard to play the map quickly. It can be done, and you'll see really good teams do it, where they're constantly like kind of rotating through the points, getting momentary triple caps and stuff. That's a hard pace to keep up. And if you're not good enough at breaking setups, if you mess up once, then you give up a setup, and that can be a lot of time. But Grizz is going to very quickly grab that BR, see what he can get done. Has okay damage onto one of the players, knows that multiple went into pipes. That means they should have the advantage going for the camo. Grizz able to sneak a kill onto Comp. But while I say that, it looks like 3 go down, and I think that it's 3 down on each team. The grenades are coming through, shock in the hands of Elite. And I think that Tox was able to get away with the camo. We see that he's down over in this bottom elevator area. They're trying to spot him out. He stayed alive for the moment. They're pinging all over the place to find him. Finally, he's going to be spotted, and he trades out the lead. So the 2 that hadn't died in the beginning end up trading to kind of round out the board here. But the hill advantage is quickly going over to Playboys, as they've got a couple. Comp watching that cross with the shock. If he can even get 1 pick here, that could, you know, guarantee them possibly 20 or 30 seconds. Sylvanic went down. It looks like one player is being pretty aggressive over in white. Comp was able to hit decent shock damage, sees this player on bridge, doesn't have to drop for it, just tries to get the damage. Elite was able to take it out. And this is what I'm talking about, is like, what would Cortana do? We're trying to get across the map, and it's so hard. The crosses are being watched so well. Comp just has that shock, and it looks like Final Boss is going to be able to flank up behind the player on Glass. He takes out Glass. Elite goes down to Grizz, and Tox has made it through to A. He's looking around. Comp trying to find him is on such a weird spot. Tox avoids getting in the hill. Comp is going to have to hit the shot. He tries to. He's not going to make it happen. Looks like Valerian has gotten through as well. So now Tox, Valerian are able to get here, but they're down, you know, almost 70 points. Sylvanic is going to pick up Elite as Valerian's trying to get this hill. Tries to throw a grenade, but looks like she doesn't have any more. Tox is still there, and they've been trying for so long to get A. It's just been taking forever. The pressure from Playboys, I think they probably gave up like 5 points during all of that while they had players at A. But now that they have that, they just need to take over the pipes area and get that B controlled. They'll be in a solid spot. Comp is spotted out. He's taken down to 1 shot. Tox looks like he's going to take him down. Valerian is going to be able to spot 1 player. Elite Games is trying to get some damage done, but was not able to. Now is looking to see if he can get the pick onto Valerian. Looks like the camo is going to, I think, get burned, as Comp is looking like he wants to push aggressively. He's going to catch a player here at Needle. Is going to take down Valerian. Not opting to push too far. 30 points so far, going over to what we're Cortana do. And they've been holding the AC setup pretty well. It is a little bit tougher to hold than the AB setup, but they're making it work. Now Comp flying through to try to help his teammates out here, and I feel like Sylvanic did an unreasonable amount of damage. There's Grizz gonna get the cleanup as well. Now we do have Tox back over in A. They still have control of A spawns, and it looks like he maybe wants to try and get into pipes and see if he can't get good pipe control. He's over here now. There's a player on Bat Ledge. I don't think he knows that, as he's starting to move up, and it looks like the 100-point mark is about to be crossed by Playboys, but no, player drops in. Tox is going to try and help out Sylvanic. Not able to for now. Is trying to close out the hill. No grenades yet. Gets the hill. Hasn't really taken that much damage. You know, might be able to get across. Knows that these players top A are low. Tries to fly in with the grapple. Gets knocked off the ledge with the hardest punch anyone has ever seen. Is going to get collapsed on. His Elite Game's going to take him out. And I think on that note, we're going to jump into a listen in with what would Cortana do, and see what their plan is to start bringing this game back.
Nice. They're gonna
I'm
spawn
gonna
A.
get fried.
On
The
white.
one's top.
There's gonna be 2 A.
Top white hurt.
Elite's 1 shot.
There's a shock on max. Just stay red pipes, guys, if you can.
1 shot in C.
On me, bad ledge. 1 shot. Show me B.
I killed C. I'm trying to look B.
He's dead.
Half wall.
Dead.
C2 shot.
1 shot in C on the blue side, right side, right side, right side. Weak.
I'll get him. I'll get him.
Needle, weak. 1 shot in B. Dead.
Camo's
I
up
reset
still.
it. I'll try
trying to
for
play
camo.
for it.
1's heaven.
Okay, okay.
One's in C
On
still.
C again.
Heaven. I'm gonna look at red pipes.
Nice one.
Yeah, stay there.
Ballage still.
There's 1 bad ledge. Dart.
I'm coming.
Dart's weak.
Got red pipes.
Dead.
Weak.
Nice.
Red pipes
You're
weak.
dead.
He's red pipes, bad ledge now, weak.
Needles.
1 shot. Watch for
Needles
bad
is
ledge.
boss. I'm coming here, bottom A. He's bottom A, jump. He's bottom A, so weak. He's one shot.
Go one shot.
One more, huh?
One's L, one coming red.
Last one shot.
Red door.
I'll kill him.
You wait,
One
hold
spawn
me.
C. We gotta push gold.
Yeah.
Gold one shot dead.
C-plat still. There's 2 C-plat. I have damage in 2.
Okay.
They're both weak on
Push it
suitcases
in the
still.
box.
You,
We're gonna push control.
I'm looking C-plat.
Trippy corner. One shot Trippy going long.
Hydro, boss.
Enemy team score.
Bottom A, one shot.
One shot sneaky, dude. There's gonna be 2 long. One guy, 1 C-plat.
The other one went
Two A.
control.
Two top A. Cross is weak.
I'm gonna die.
One shot top control.
Weak top heaven.
Heaven weak.
C-flat.
Make
One more
control
head
going
across.
flat.
C-flat.
Watch it, bottom baller.
Top A's dead.
I'm all not one shot pushing you.
He's one shot.
He's one shot still at the reload. He's one shot in A. On the pillar.
Two there.
He's bottom A now.
Need help bottom A.
C-flat.
Trying to live here. Another one shot elevator. Top A one shot. Ledge and then the one's behind you elevator.
One shot bottom A.
Yeah.
He's jumping up.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Nice.
One more.
Another one.
I have his left. I have to reload.
I was just trying to put it right.
They have camo.
Camo. Camo's gonna be
I'll
needles.
be on B. Just
One's L.
Enemy team score.
Alrighty, we're back from that listening, and yeah, I mean, I feel like they sounded pretty good. You know, they had some decent shot calling going on. They were like talking about pushing blue, only down a little bit as some kills are coming through. Looks like they were able to shut down that camo pickup. Elite Games is the last player up. He's on A, trying to get something done. He's able to get there and get spawns for his team. Like, considering they were 3 down, that is a pretty huge play, and that shifts what would Cortana do into having to go and get C. Which is just not really where you want to be. The shots are going to come through. Elite tries to get the kill on that Pipes player, not able to do so, and is now taken low. 3 go down once again, and it looks like what would Cortana do are back in a position to be able to score. They're starting to put it up as they hit the 100-point mark themselves. This game has been really back and forth so far. The nades are coming through. It looks like Sylvanek is going to be able to come out on top with the help of Grizz. He's throwing some nades, and I think that they expect that there should be some players over in A, but I don't really see anybody spawning there. It looks like there's players all the way over in Pipes at the moment. One player was half wall. The shots are coming through as Elite's going to get caught out. Sylvanik's trying to push up, looking for these players. Looks like one of the players is going to be up on overhang. Sylvanik knows about it, gets good damage. The support is there for Valerian to be able to pick up the kill, and they are going to be able to swap for A. B is getting capped, though, during this. Tox is able to cancel that, and now it looks like Sylvanik was seeing if he is able to get that triple cap going. Not going to be able to do that. Tox stays alive, continuing that A control, but we're about to see a lead swap, as what would Cortana do have taken their first lead of the game so far, and they have the right setup for it. Elite is going to try to get across, does a good job getting across, gets the punch without taking any damage, does good damage on the shots here, picks up the double because it's so huge, as Elite is going to be able to take A back. Looks like the fight for B did not go quite as well, but with this positioning, Anchor set up, they can start getting players in here. Elite's trying to fly over, he's going to get the kill, but was taken low, does eventually go down. Now looks like Pelcom's turn to try to make it work, but Tox is going to come out on top. Final boss going to look for Tox, catches him on the half wall, hasn't been able to take him out yet. I think Tox grappled, no, Tox went down. As a teammate comes in, Boss is taken pretty low. They've made their way into Pipes, but during that, a player made their way into A. The spawns are now coming into A. Boss is going to try to do something about it. Gets great damage, not enough to pick up the kill, and they're forced back as the triple cap coming in for what would Cortana do. They're getting points quickly, and they know these players are trapped. Tox tries to slide in, gets Green Gun beat down immediately. So Bandit picks up 1, though, as still they haven't been able to cap anything. They need to make something happen. These points are taking away so quickly. Boss is unsure if there's anybody around as he's trying to get into A. It looks like he will eventually get there. Pelcom looking to see what he can do, gets decent damage. They should be able to get A kind of soon here, but no, he got shut down once again. The fights are coming through, and it looks like Elite Games is trying to get stuff done. He's stuck over in Pipes, but there's only, 20, 30 seconds left for what would Cortana do to be able to take the game. They're capturing B right now. Valerian picks up a huge double. B gets taken, but I think it's going to get swapped back, because I think Valerian just got a triple kill. Shots are coming in. Pelkov, he's trying to get it done, but he can't. He's one shot. They know he's there. Valerian takes him out as well. This game is running away from Playboys quickly. They were up for the majority of it and then just kind of, you know, lost control and weren't able to get it back. The AB setup has been locked in for what would Cortana do. They need a few more points. They know there's a ton of players top white. They have the most aggressive positions to cover it too when you see two people kind of sitting in bottom mid, but the push comes through into A. Slavonics trying to make it work. He's gonna grapple up there. He's running out of ammo. That was such a huge kill to get by shooting because he didn't have the ammo to keep actually fighting that. He was gonna have to melee for the second guy. And now the shots are coming through. Sylvatic somehow comes out on top, but doesn't quite finish capping A. So for now, things might be working out, but no, 3 down. Elite's the only one up. He has to somehow win against the camo player, but he cannot quite find it. And that's going to do it, closing it out with a triple cap at the very end. What would Cortana do? We're going to tie us up 3-3, putting us to a game 7 and a potential reset in the Ascending Baseline League Division 2 Grand Finals. Oh man, these teams are really putting it all on the line right now. I cannot believe how close these games have been. Like, that's so crazy. Coming out of all of these teams, like those stats must have been insane. Like, it felt like towards the midpoint, I noticed that like Playboys were at, you know, 130, 140 points or something like that, and no one on their team even had over 10 kills. They had just spent most of that time locking things down, but weren't really getting anything. They weren't getting high slays. Like, what would Cortana do is being relatively patient, you know, conservative with their pushes, trying not to do anything unless they had done like the right amount of damage to make it happen. But overall, just looking so nice out there. And yeah, I mean, all things considered, that's a relatively low scoring game coming out of them. It's like we have what, 30, like just barely just barely over 60 kills on the side of Playboys coming out, and that's not really that many considering how long the game went and it was an objective game mode. 16 assists out of Slavonics, pretty nutty. But yeah, close games going on so far. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Our last match in this potential before the reset potentially happens is going to be Slayer Origin. You know, good accuracies coming out of the squad. This doesn't surprise me too much. You don't really get a pre-shoot nearly as often on recharge because you have such a clear idea and angle for when somebody's shooting or when they're going to push an angle. So you just kind of shoot when you see them. Like, you don't really need to be like putting the shots down early. Every once in a while, if you and somebody else are in a bit of like a peak contest and you have the edges, you might just sit there and shoot a bunch, being like, yeah, you can try to peek, but you're going to take free damage. But yeah, so keeping those accuracies pretty high, decent shots fired from all the squad. And, you know, definitely these teams looking pretty good. The damage on Sylvonic kind of crazy. And, you know, this is, again, when you get Sylvonic on your team, that's what you expect. And Valerian having a pretty pop-off game as well. Towards the end, we saw getting 4 kills in a row, which was pretty pivotal in closing out the game. Like, they were in a good spot to win it already, but picking up a triple kill into finding another solo one was such good value for the end of that game to just kind of lock it in for the squad. But I'm definitely hyped for that. I don't know if we got any any ambitious mods in the chat, but maybe get a poll set up to see what people are thinking. Who actually takes this? Are Playboys going to shut down the the bracket reset, or are we going the distance with a win from what would Cortana do? And again, remember this: these teams played earlier in the bracket in the first week of the playoffs, and Playboys were able to take it 4-2. But apparently there was a sub on What Would Cortana Do, and it looks like the What Would Cortana main roster is strong enough to compete here in this final stage going on. In fact, that's got me a little curious on what happened between these teams earlier in the bracket, because I think they must have played at least once, would be my guess. And it looks, oh, maybe I'm crazy. It looks like they did not, because they were on different sides of the bracket, maybe, actually, or I'm just blind. By the way, they've been giving us some amazing games so far, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do for us in this last game on Origin. How do you guys feel about Origin? I really like it. I think Slayer's a little awkward on it, but the more I've been seeing like good teams play it, I feel like good teams are they make it look like a much more reasonable Slayer game than when I'm wandering around wondering why people are spawning behind me, because I have no concept of the like spawn control on the map. But you know, going into it, this has been a very back and forth game, and I feel like, you know, depending on how this game shakes out, we're gonna be looking at what happened in game number 2 when Pelcomp and Grizz were in a 1v1 that Pelcomp was able to win, and the winner of that PIV is the winner of that game. If that had gone towards what would Cortana do, then the bracket reset would have happened by now. And so if they're unable to win this, which you got to look at the fact that Playboys won both of the Slayers so far, I would give them the edge, but it really makes it seem like, man, the end of that second game almost decided the entire series. But we are going to jump into this. We'll have to see what these players do. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the splits. I've been seeing a lot of the like 3-1 split, but Sylvanic taking the window position, which this does not surprise me that Sylvanic's the player to do that, because the really good teams oftentimes send a player there. And a quick lead coming out from the side of what would Cortana do, and Sylvanic staying alive. He's trying to get an angle. Oh no, Pelcomp, what happened? He slid past the rockets. The shots come through on the second player that goes up there. They're trying to take him out. It looks like for now Grizz, or I think that was Elite that got those, was able to get away with the rockets. They could have been so tragic, as Sylvanic is trying to make his way up. He's looking to see what he can get done. He's going to get a shot. That rocket player goes down. I don't know if he'd already used. I think he hit that shot on the other player on elbow. Tox is going to swoop up, and the rockets are out. The stick narrowly misses, and the lift comes through. Sylvanic cannot quite connect. Pelcomp's going to take him down. A 2-kill advantage right now coming out on the side of what would Cortana do. Pelcomp trying to get up to the high ground with the sniper. Tox is going to take out Elite Games as Comp is trying to look down, gets a couple of shots in, doesn't want to ego chow for it, almost connects with the headshot, but he's not going to quite get there, as the players on what we're trying to being a little bit elusive here. A couple players go down for Playboys. They're still down 2 kills, but certainly not in like a bad position. Elite trying to get something done here. The nades are coming through. Somehow he's staying alive in this corner. Comp is going to go down as the battle is still raging over there. Darty taken pretty low. He might find a nice extra kill. Sylvanic was trying to survive. Darty is eventually, no way, actually going to live. The chase is in though. I'm not sure if he wins. Gets great damage on the Grizz before going down. Looks like Valerian going to pick up one. It's a 3-kill advantage coming out of what would Cortana do. As Valerian goes down, Tox and Grizz trying to push their way over into red base. They spot 3 players on the side of Playboy, and so now they know they're here, and they have players in all of these good positions. But Boss was bottom mid. He's going to pick up a double with one of the most, unorthodox flanks. Both players were clearly not expecting that to happen, and now we were tied up, and the lead swings over towards the Playboys. And on that, I think we'll jump into a quick listen in with the Playboys and see how they're planning to close out this series.
I'm getting chased. I'm
Come
getting
in,
chased.
one shot.
Blue window, one shot.
I'm in.
Dead.
Side off.
That's 2, that's 1. That's 2 1 shot, that's 3 1 shot.
On rockets, on rockets.
Split shields, split shields. Here rocks.
Blue BR.
I traded. One more on me with rocks. Rocks bottom mid.
Pyramid on me, pyramid.
Out with rocks bottom mid.
Pyramid killed me. Sylvanic still.
2 on grass, 2 on grass, 2 on grass.
Rockets are out.
Bro.
They're good. They got snipered.
I spawn. Bottom more base underneath you guys. There's one shot underneath you guys.
Sylvanic weak. Sylvanic weak. Blue cave.
Top mid, top mid. Top mid, absolute,
That's
absolute.
3, that's 3.
Still there.
Blue window, one shot. I think he dropped underneath blue or something. Oh, I killed him.
Dead.
On me, that's 2.
Four,
One shot.
grass, he's going grass on this.
I dropped snipes on my body.
Spawn red zone.
I'm getting shot from blue.
Top mid, shoot me.
Where'd the blue guy go?
Get shot from red now.
Grass.
I'm gonna drop. I'm dropping.
Let's try grass.
I dropped sniper. One's in grass right now. Pick it up sniper.
I'm dead. I'm gonna die, bro.
Yeah, still grass. Grass on me.
Stay left, stay left.
2. One going S2. One going S2. We're sniped. S2, we're sniped. S2.
Blue's over weak. They're pyramid.
S3 now.
Sniper's one shot on pyramid. They might push me oven. They might push me here. Blue BR. Blue window, blue window.
Both weak. Both weak.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Killed one.
Look at blue cave.
Sylvanic's still over there somewhere.
Blue cave, one shot.
I'm one shot.
I'm coming. Yeah.
Chasing you. 2.
One's grass,
Blue
one's
cave.
mid. What? BR, the other side BR. RBR.
Sylvanic still blue cave.
One shot on me.
One shot, one shot in the cave.
Oh, one shot out, dude. You guys look through everything.
One,
Behind you.
one shot in the
One.
cave.
Silver,
Top
silver,
mid?
silver.
They're weak right here.
Hear that? It's silver, not top mid.
Dude, I need help on the snipe side, bro.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Fuck, man, there's nobody on snipe side.
It's good. Rocks up, rocks up.
Rocks, I don't know where I just died from. Red flag, I think.
All right, we're back from that listening, and this game is pretty tight. You know, the nerves seem to be getting a little high as the players are trying to navigate the chaos that is Origin Slayer. It can definitely be kind of tough to keep tabs on everything on the map. Tox gets a good flank. One player's going to get away. Two have gotten away from it as he's seeing what he can get done. Sylvanic picks up one. They're down only 1 point at the moment. Peloton gets good damage. Another player is going to try to sweep the leg on Tox. He's trying to get out, but it's final. Boss going to take him down. Still a 1-kill advantage for Playboys. Make that too if they've been able to hold on to this advantage pretty decently throughout the game. You know, they've been kind of floating between like a 1 to 4 kill advantage. Final boss staying alive over on Red Elbow. And it looks like Sylvanic is trying to get up here for the Rockets, which is kind of scary, but his team gets 2 kills. It's great damage if he can kill Boss here. The teamwork is going to come in. They take the lead. Elite needs to hope that nobody saw him, but Snipe is coming up. That should be a good grenade to do some damage. A couple players over here with Rockets and Snipe going into the hands of what would Cortana do is so dangerous. Sylvanic looking around to make sure nobody's behind, and I feel like since he didn't see anybody, he's going to be pretty confident. Sees a player up there. Oh, does not connect. He's trying to make this work, but it's so uncomfortable. Pelkop was in the perfect position to make that not want to work out. The nades are coming through. Oh my god, Sylvanic picking up Boss there. Might have been a game-winning grenade because he was one shot. Boss could have easily gotten that kill had he had the chance. Sylvanic does the damage. They have a 2-kill advantage. 2 players over there. They're trying to nade him out. The nades are good. Tox is able to pick up one of the players trying to push him. He's just being a huge distraction right now. The shots are still coming in. He has great damage. He's trying to re-peek it, and he's stayed alive for so long. A 3-kill advantage for what would Cortana do as they just have them pinned in the base. The spawns keep kind of coming through. Eventually, though, it looks like they're going to be able to spawn out, but at what cost? They're down 6 now. What would Cortana do is just 4 kills away from resetting our bracket and putting us into a whole new best of 7. The shots are coming through. They got a couple players low. The help is there. Sylvanic is repositioning to see what he can get done. He waits for those shields. He looks for a player in maze. There's no one there. The player opted to go all the way back into the oven. He's trying to find the angle. Sees a player on window, but he's getting kind of clipped up a little bit. Valerian goes down, and Playboys are really doing a good job fighting out of this. Looks like Grizz has the rockets, though, and I've only heard one go off thus far. Tox is going to go down. Grizz picks up another one. One more kill. Grizz is going to pick it up, gets 3 at the end, and it's going to bring us to a bracket reset. Grizz, 3 kills at the end. He's going to top the lobby with 17 kills as well. And like I've said it a couple of times, but Grizz has been going off this entire series. Well, buckle up, chat, because we are going into an entire another best of 7 from the boys. I don't even know if we got a map list. Production, do we have a map list for the run back? Actually, I'll just check. If well, okay, I checked. I don't see it. But we'll get that figured out for everybody. Oh my god, what a series. Every game has been such a nail biter. It's been incredibly back and forth this entire time. But I think we're going to go to a quick break, give everybody a chance to get some water, go to the bathroom, grab some snacks, and don't go anywhere. Hit that exclamation mark Discord if you're not already a part of Ascending Baseline. If you want to get into these nail biter bracket resets on a Sunday night tournaments or leagues. Anyway, we'll catch you in a couple of minutes. right, we are back in it for round 2 of this grand finals. The reset has happened. Both these teams have been going back and forth for the last 2 hours almost of games. Excited to see where this is gonna kick off. We're getting Aquarius flag for the first match in the reset.
Capture the
And I
flag.
feel like what would Cortana do has got to be feeling good right now. You know, things are on the ropes. They had a couple losses that just, you know, probably didn't feel too good, but being able to clutch up in that last game and take the Slayer to bring the reset is huge. And remember, in the times that they've played before this, the advantage was going over towards Playboys. So they're definitely starting to come together here as a team. Grizz is going to pick up that BR right away as he starts moving over towards the pink side of the map. He goes all the way down to P1. One player going to grab that thrust, and he's just going all the way through. Doesn't look at anything. It looks like he was... I think that he was wanting to do the jump maybe, but unfortunately, the firepower from Playboys was able to shut down his team as they picked up 3 kills. Grizz, the only player up on their side of the map. He's going to get cleaned up pretty quickly. A 5-0 advantage in kills right now. Flag already moving for Playboys as Elite Games is crossed the middle point of the map. He's moving that quickly. Does not quite get around the corner, but has definitely got that far enough to put a good case for this flag going in. Darty is trying to clean up one of the kills. They're moving over. It looks like Pelcomp has that flag going. Darty looking for this player that was on the util side, and it seems like what Cortana do decided that it wasn't worth trying to chase that out. They needed to just make sure they stabilize, not let a counter tap happen here. Huge shots coming through, but Darty's not going to be able to take the win. Valerian takes him down as Boss moves up into P2. Gonna see what angles they can get. A couple players on car 3. I don't think he knows how many are there yet. Gets good damage, but Tox is gonna take him out. 2 players have made their way into the yellow util, as it looks like Elite Games as well as Pelcomp and Darty are all in the back of the base trying to turtle up. Pelcomp goes down in a trade with Tox as the push has more or less been fended off for the moment. Elite Games trying to make his way back out into his own gen as he looks across. Gonna catch a player in connector. He's gonna win that one, but Sylvanic has already gotten through, is sliding around, gonna be on the hunt, picks up a double kill. The shots are coming through, but Final Boss is gonna win the P2 fight. Final Boss picks up another with a stick. Sylvanic went down. Grizz now the last player up on his side. He's waiting for spawns, trying to just make sure that he can keep his team in it a little bit. They catch Comp jumping. Comp tries to get out. He's not going to be able to. The flank is there. I think that grenade might have got caught on his teammate's feet, but it doesn't really matter as 4 are going to go down. A huge sequence of kills goes towards what would Cortana do. The heat wave in the hands of Grizz as they're trying to move up in the map. Tox gonna grab the flag. They have the spawners on fridge. A huge nade went off back there. I think all those players might be softened up. Grizz is trying to catch someone, but no one, it looks like, is gonna be going this way. Doesn't quite see the player down at car 1. Now has the angle, gets good damage, is going to take out 1. Has another down to half HP. Tox went down during this. Valerian was down as well. The P2 player living is so big. Tries to get there with a heat wave. Does not quite get there, as it looks like Playboys are going to be able to save that flag. Final Boss in a fight almost comes out on top. The trade is going to come in. As Playboys were able to clutch up, they get the flag running for now. Good damage coming into this player. Valerian is going to go down. Pelcomp locking down P2 pretty well. He's going to try to get that flag moving. He's taken low. Hopefully one of his teammates will be able to cover him. He's almost got it across. Boss picks up another, and it looks like we're going to have a quick flag coming in here for Playboys as they're about to go up 2-0. There's one person car 3. Doesn't look like they really have the angle. Pelcomp does the damage, and I think we'll jump into a listen-in with the side of what would Cortana do and see what's going on with them in this game.
Util. One of them's one shot.
Car 3 is one shot.
And then top util.
There's 2 are util still. One's our table going P fridge to you.
Our bridge, Stallion.
Quick running it. One shot running it. One's our table and our fridge.
Our table, one shot.
Our fridge was boss somewhere, and one's on the re.
One shot at backfire.
Well done.
Util.
Camo's in 10. One's our top flag.
Our window's set.
Dead. There's 3 there flag, all shooting.
Enemy captured your flag.
I have damage.
Their fridge one shot.
Dead. I killed 2. 3 dead. And we
Yeah,
have ammo.
boss just spawned. He's probably back base.
Yeah. Take a util. Perfect. Chasing you?
One, two chasing, two
Are you
chasing.
two? Dead.
Let's go. We're dead.
Nice shit. Going back to car. No,
Captured your flag.
Boss is weak.
yeah, he's
just
back
do that.
base. Helicop. Helicop's really weak. At their fridge door.
Yeah, shot them.
Do the fridge, one shot on the
The
fridge.
fridge, yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah,
do
you
that.
hit him with that bait.
Armory.
Okay.
Enemy flag returned.
Bottom mid, he wave, one shot.
On mid weak and then P1. He's gonna be our
Top mid, car
Three.
3.
weak. Argent weak, Cardi.
Car 3 is one
Gen
shot.
dead,
Belcom.
traded.
Our fridge door, guys.
Yeah, he's one shot.
One more Argent.
One shot our fridge.
Dead.
Nice.
Flag one.
Dead.
Last guy's our table.
On me weak. P1 or
Car one, he's
car
going.
one.
Enemy flag returned.
All right, we're back from that listening, and they're sounding pretty together at the moment. They were able to answer back with a flag. Final boss is top mid. He's trying to stay alive. The pressure's in. The melee not going to connect. Dude, boss doing such a good job right now, playing his life, stays alive, still being chased down. If a teammate comes to help him, could be huge. The player that was chasing him got caught reloading, so boss going to live for a little bit longer. There's a T1 flanker maybe coming through. They don't see him. Boss has been one shot for almost 45 seconds now as he's still bottom mid. I think he saw that player going into his base. Meanwhile, Slavonic has the heat wave, gets one player out of the util side. Tox was able to pick up another, so they might be able to build some momentum off of this. Final boss is going to take down Tox, though. It's going to slow it down just a bit. As boss goes down, more trades are coming through. Slavonic, stuck on the middle of the map, is trying to stay up. He's got that thrust to get him out for now, but he's in a bit of a difficult position. They don't have too much time to work with, but it's definitely enough. They're only down 2 caps. The flank is coming in, tries to catch the stick, and no way it actually does manage to get him. It must have bounced off the ground, picks up the double kill, and Slavonic really turned around that play. Tox gets another 3 down, and I think they're going to be able to grab this flag. Boss is going to go down as well, killing spree on Slavonic. He's moving the flag. A grenade is going to connect with him, but he's going quickly through the util side, hits the slide to get that flag through the most dangerous portion. He's on their side. Valerian got one. Tox gets another. With 2 down, it's going to be tough for them to get the damage they need. As Slavonic taps that one in, they're only down 1 flag now. He's going to get another big win off a comp on P1. Slavonic did so much in that last life. He stayed alive, did a lot of damage. That stick, P2, I feel like was what set this all into motion. As he's now moving across, sees the player on the brick, gets him down to 1 shot. Grizz is trying to take care of Darty, who took out Tox. They're looking around, but Slavonic can't really find anyone yet. Runs into comp. Ends up dropping low. There's another player here. He's trying to get the melee trade, but Comp is having none of it as he's able to back up far enough to keep that from happening. Now the push is on from Playboys. They had a couple of down. If they can pick up a few spawners, that'd be great. Final boss goes down, unfortunately. Looks like Tox was not able to get out, though, so util control kind of on the side of Playboys, but the trades are still coming through. It's just Elite and Comp trying to push through. Elite goes down, so now Comp, the lone member alive in the base. He's not going to connect with the clamber there. He's just surviving with the heat wave, but I think that might have saved him. They lost track. We saw that player heading up above him. He does the damage, gets 1 kill, decent damage onto the brick player. That player is somehow going to stay alive momentarily as 4 go down for the Playboys. And now what would Cortana do? Can begin to set up on the map. Slavonic already has that top position. He's able to punch in this camo, and I feel like last time he had camo, he did a lot with it. Grizz gets 1 in the back of the base, is staying alive. Meanwhile, it looks like more players are going to be taken down. The punch comes in, and it wasn't traded out. He's going to pick up the double kill. That flag is still on the move. The fridge spawns are there, which is where the flag went, but there are players there. Tox is trying to trade out with 1. A good grenade comes in, trying to catch this player that's running through. Comp tries to get as much done as he can, but he's not able to. The thrust comes through. It's not going to save him, but we're tied up 3-3, and even our first game in the reset is going back and forth with the flags being tied up. Elite gets into the base. He's trying to put some grenades down, unaware of where the players are. Gonna get that flag, try to slide out a grenade. I think bounced him straight into the ground, so he wasn't able to follow it up, but the flag is still moving quickly. Playboys are just kind of running it down. Even though they didn't have the player advantage, they decided to use whatever speed they could. Comp can't connect with the second melee. so he's going to go down as well. Now the flag is in there, but Tox in the back is probably going to be able to get the return. Manages to get the pull, but he fell out of the base. Looks like he is opting to just try and run it across Sylvonic, trying to chase down this player. The return hasn't gone in yet. Sylvonic's going for it. There are 2 players here. Sylvonic's going to trade with 1, but now we might have a flag standoff. Tox, the lone player alive, has made it all the way back to his flag. Good damage onto, I think that was elite top mid, as Tox is staying alive in the base. They're thinking, it looks like they're playing it relatively defensive. They still have all their members over here. Nobody wants to go too far out unless they get a pick. It looks like Sylvonic got 1, so now they have a decent opportunity to start getting something. But no, Sylvonic goes down as Pelcomp and Boss each find some kills. And so Tox, once again, the last player up, he's going to run into Pelcomp, ends up not getting the trade as Pelcomp takes him down. That flag is getting returned pretty quickly. And we see Elite Games trying to get this flag punched in. Comp picks up a kill on Sylvanic, and the advantage to Playboys, they've swung this over, got the flag, got another pull going. Elite is going to try to get that camo. He doesn't get it popped in time, but that does kind of buy time for his team to keep moving that flag. Meanwhile, Tox once again has made it into the base. Good grenades are going to force the flag to slow down. He gets a pull, but he's taken low. More players on his team are down. He gets good damage. His shields aren't quite back as Boss is going to take him out. They're only going to really have 1 shot at this in order to keep that flag from going all the way in. The return is almost there. It's going to go in, and Playboys take the first game of the reset, 5-3, in what was a very close flag game, going back and forth the whole time. I was, you know, a little worrisome for a second there. I felt like, you know, they almost gave up that massive lead that they had gotten, but Playboys clutch up at the end and are able to get 2 quick flags back to back. So they're going to go up 1-0, putting them that much closer to winning. And like at this point for both of these teams, winning is so important right now because they've invested a lot of time into this finals, and it is not going to feel great if you're on the team that does not take that home. But Playboys are going to come up with a slight advantage here. And if everything goes similar to the last one, then I expect to see these games going back and forth. Last time they did pretty well on the Slayer. But the kills looking very even across Playboys, you know, 21, 18, 17, 17. Sylvonic once again having a huge game with 31 kills, and he's going to need to keep that kind of pace up if they're going to be able to win this. I feel like what they really need to do is just, you know, lock in that teamwork just a little bit more. You know, they have decent assists, but if they can start putting up a little bit more, you know, helping each other out just a hair more here or there, they might be able to start taking these later games. But so far, these teams are basically deadlocked. Every single game seems to favor one team momentarily all the way up until it doesn't favor them anymore. So some really high octane gameplay coming out of these guys at the moment. Good accuracies coming out the board, and a lot of just shots fired. Like everybody is putting down so many shots across the map the entire time, trying to make sure they're a part of everything. And I think we're going to see a pretty big shift in like how they're playing once we get to this Slayer game that's going to be coming up. Because it's like during the flag games, everybody's jockeying for position really hard. You're trying to push stuff and make things happen. Whereas once Slayer happens, we've seen it multiple times from Playboys. They like to really slow it down, force you to push them, get like a pick or at least enough damage, and then they'll just break out of their positions and try to take advantage of any sloppy plays that happen during that. So we'll have to see what they can do. And dude, once again, 9k damage on Sylvonic is crazy. The rest of his team is doing really well damage-wise and keeping up with the side of Playboys. And so I feel like if they get just a little more efficient on their objectives, they should be able to make something happen, because I think overall they probably do have a slight edge on the damage there. But again, looking at these numbers, it is very, very close. If there is an edge, it's not very much, probably less than 1,000 in that last game. But we are loading into our ranked Slayer match, and we're excited to see how these teams are going to open. I would imagine that it's going to be like a relatively, I want to say aggressive opening. I think we'll see something similar to what we saw last time, as we saw a lot of the heavy push onto B side with, you know, one player maybe kind of cutting towards the middle to see if they can pick something up on purple side from somebody that either extends too much or is trying to retreat out of like a bad situation from grenades. We are going to jump on board with Valerian right away. All 4 players look like they're going B side this time. Sylvanic is going to get that repulse. Valerian trying to wait out the grenades. The shots have not really started to come up too much. Tox is able to get one immediately going up those B stairs. The player in, 2 players I think are one shot over on that tire side. Valerian trying to help out a teammate is going to get the cleanup as Elite picked up 2. 2 down on each team. Valerian and Sylvanic trying to move Cloth. Sylvanic has that rig up. They don't know that the flank has come in from Heaven. That's such a huge grenade. If you don't know that one, you should learn it. It's pretty nice. If you're on Heaven, you can just launch a grenade right over that ledge and it'll catch the person on planners. Looks like Elite was looking around to see if he couldn't find camo. I think one of his teammates has already picked it up. The spawns are coming in. They have a 6-kill advantage. And this is kind of what happened last time on Streets. Like, they had a pretty big advantage early. I think they were up 10-0 in the last Street Slayer game. This time it's 6-2. And it got a little dicey, but they were able to make sure that they closed it up. This time it is answering back a little bit. Hell is going to run into 2. Only is able to get a 1-for-1 trade. He was trying to get the flank going, but just, you know, kind of lost the coin flip on where the members were going to end up being. Sylvanic is going to pick up 1. We still have a 2-kill advantage on the side of Playboys. Sylvanic getting more damage. He picks up another kill. That's going to make it almost a tie game. Just 1-kill lead for Playboys. And now Sylvanic is taking an aggressive approach here. Oh, he's trying to really get in there, and no way. Elite did not see him. So Sylvanic has the full flank. He's just stalling and getting as much damage as he can. Grizz is going to pick up Pelcomp on the side of this, and now Sylvanic is going to be moving through. Trying to pick up 1, gets the melee, doesn't trade out. He's on a killing spree, and the lead swings over towards what would Cortana do as they pick up a couple of kills there. The whole team is back up on car side. Sylvanic already moving over, and this is what I expect to see from Sylvanic. He's definitely the veteran player here. Being able to find them, gets great damage. He's playing this so well, picks up a double kill. Another kill is found on the other side, and it looks like all of the players are going to go down. We have a 4-kill, sorry, make that a 5-kill lead coming out of what we're Cortana doing. Out of each of these engagements, they're able to extend it a little more, but this time they didn't have quite the control they wanted to. So it looks like Playboys were able to escape from their position. Pelcomp manages to pick up that camo, and we're going to have to see if he can make something incredible happen with it. Last time it was a little bit lackluster. He spots the player on Heaven, gets a decent chunk of damage on him. He's trying to move through. That player might have seen him. No, looks like they didn't, as Boss is getting collapsed on. Pelcomp pushes out, but he's going to be saved by Darty. He has that camo, gets good damage. He didn't take any, so he gets time to get his shields back. He's going to run into another player on the B side. That player retreats into music. The collapse is happening here in PD, and it's only a 1-kill game as Playboys are starting to fight their way back into this. Pelcomp, now that he has a shield back, feeling confident, he's going to move out as they're going to see if they can't collapse on the remaining players that are spawning up. Pelcomp taken down to 1 shot, but Sylvanic was still hanging around. Music was able to pick him off. Looks like Elite is going to pick up another kill as well. It's still a 1-kill game, and the game is kind of slowed down. We saw what Cortana do trying to get some aggressive rotations going, but as soon as Playboys were able to kind of stabilize, they were able to lock down their positions a little bit and shut down those kind of pushes, you know, bait them out, which is what they want to do. Valerian's getting taken out by a nade, and Sylvanic gets back smack. The trades come through, and now the lead is switched once again to Playboy's favor. They're up 1 as we're seeing Sylvanic spawn up. He's gonna try and push over to Grizz, and no, looks like he's slowing down a little bit. Goes up to the B stairs. He's still making his way over there. Sees Pelcomp, gonna get a couple shots on him. Grizz wants to push that, but he got shot back down by a couple of players, and I see a flank potentially starting to build over on the purple side of the map. Sylvanic is trying to be as aggressive as he can here. He's going to get caught out. Hits huge shots on this player's shotgun side. Valerian is going to clean up that one. Boss is able to get a kill during that, but the fight coming through over here, Sylvanic, he just needs to tap in the kill. He has some help from a teammate. We're tied up 24-24, and I think that camo got traded out during that engagement. Down in bottom mid, it doesn't look like anyone has too much of an advantage. Grizz gonna go down. Is it maybe that was the camo player? Darty was able to sneak into the back. He eventually is gonna be taken out, but that's a slight lead for Playboys once again. Valerian trying to get some damage done. The Planners player taking down to 1 shot. Grizz is gonna be there, but there's a player that is snuck into back A, gonna take out Valerian. They know he's there. Boss doing some decent damage. Tox taking down to 1 shot. Gonna have to back up. Doesn't want to go farther back than this because there could be someone Cafe. Gets the shields back and is thinking about trying to push up. Catches the bad timing and gets instantly tripled. He's gonna go down, but the trade comes through. Still a 1-kill game. The pushes are still trying to happen. The nades slowing it down a bit. Darty picks up a double kill, and we're finally seeing a lead start to build here as there are 3 kills going the way of the Playboys at the moment. Elite Games seeing what he can do on B stairs. He's taking a one shot. He's gonna get out for now. Boss kind of low. Darty picks up another one. Still a 3-kill advantage. Make that 2 as Tox answers back. Looks like Elite trying to push out. He's going to notice there's a bunch of players, does as much damage as he can, backs up into a position where if a nade comes, he can hopefully react for the damage. And now they're shifting over to purple. It looks like they don't want to try to take that fight. A player aggressively was pushing down the C stairs. It looks like it's not going to work out, but no, somehow it does as Sylvanik gets one, Grizz gets another. Darty took out Tox during that. It's only a 1-kill game. Sylvanik trying to get the win on the comp is going to take one, but is traded out immediately. Grizz has the flank. Grizz is going to pick up a kill. And looks like Tox, Valerian are on the pinch here. If they can find him, looks like they are going to take out Elite Gamers. Shots coming in from the P side, but they know that player probably doesn't have any help as we're tied up 35-35 in this Slayer game. They're keeping it as close as we would expect between these two teams. Valerian trying to get some nades on the benches is going to be able to catch a player moving up towards Laundry, staying alive from the nades, but the push is through. Sylvanik got one as well as they're up 1 kill. Final Boss trying to get the swing on this player, but the player doubled back into ATM is going to stay up for now. Sylvanik gets another one, and Boss kind of, you know, a little isolated here. Doesn't know that there's a camo player. Grizz going to take him down. A 3-kill advantage going over towards the side of what would Cortana do. They have the red gun. Sylvanik aggressively pushing up. He's going to take out Elite with a nice shot on the red gun. Going to hit some more damage. They have this player's trap. Going to hit the kneecaps of that player trying to hide in PD. Takes out the player in tires. Sees that there's a player one shot down here. Was trying to bounce a grenade. Unfortunately for him, he had stickies, but Grizz is there to clean it up, and they now have a 6-kill advantage. What would Cortana do? Starting to kind of, you know, break away here in the later part of this game. Sylvanik doing a great job playing his life right now. Valerian's going to pick up the damage with a spike grenade, able to do that. Sylvanik gets a punch. The Grizz goes in for the second punch, ends up hitting the headshot first. They only need 4 more kills, and I feel like it would be a miracle if Playboys are able to bring this back. Sylvanik cuts the middle of the map, gonna find one player low. Doesn't have the melee trade, gets a melee on the second one, and the cleanup comes in. They just need 2 more. Valerian pushes up, does some damage, backs down when she notices there's 2 players. Tox now making his way over to B, and this could be such a dangerous position if he's able to get onto B rail. Multiple players coming to driveway. Looks like all 4 as the flood comes through. I don't think Tox was expecting this. He tries to get the stick. I think he got there. The stick is good for a double, and Tox is going to close it out 50-40 as what would Cortana do? Are going to tie up our series 1-1 in a pretty back and forth Slayer. I feel like we saw 3 to 4 lead switches in there. Oh man, when he threw the first stick, I was like, wait, he has to have another. There's a good chance if he has another and those players are funneling like that, it's going to end in tragedy. And that's like the danger of doing like a 4-man push. It's great when you don't get naded. It's awful when you get naded. It feels bad. Not that the push is bad. It just feels so unfortunate. And looks like I think Pelkov just dropped from the lobby. So I'm assuming he's going to do a quick little reset here, as seems like he was having a bit of trouble in that game. And I think the difference maker is just looking across the assist numbers. It looks like roughly double the assists went the way of the what would Cortana do squad, even though they only won by 10. It's not quite double. I think they were 1 off from being doubled up there. But yeah, huge KDAs, all positive on the side of what would Cortana do. And they're certainly showing us that they weren't worried. I mean, that flag game definitely, you know, it started out pretty tough, but they answered back 3 caps, proving that they were still in it. And then quickly following up with the Slayer game and a much better performance than their last time on Streets. You know, last time on Streets, it was pretty tough. They were down by a lot. They brought it back heavily, but eventually ended up going down and losing by 8. This time they win by 10. So what would Cortana do? Definitely still in it, and definitely showing that these are the 2 top Division 2 teams. I mean, it couldn't really be closer. I mean, if when you go to a Game 7 bracket reset, and then as soon as it starts back, we have 1-1 already with both teams having a lot of incredibly high points throughout the games. You just have to assume that these teams are going to remain strong. And you know, once again, if you're checking this out and you're just kind of curious on like how you get involved in this and what this is, well, if you hit ! Discord, you'll get a link to the Ascending Baseline Discord. And this is the Ascending Baseline League. This is our Division 2, which is our second sweatiest league. I guess technically they're all sweaty, but when you're putting it in sweat in the context of highest rank, Division 1 is definitely the no cap one. So you can have whatever ranks people are in, you just sign up with the team and get in there. Division 2 Does have a cap, but you still have a lot of high-ranked players, as you can see that Sylvatic is on one, or Sylvatic is on one of these teams. So definitely a lot of fun stuff going on there. There's 4 divisions in total. Division 3 and 4 have already closed up, and next week will be the last week of the playoffs for Division 1. And the way that these work is you sign up with a full team, and then once you're signed up with that team, you'll be able to get into your specific leagues. You play a regular season, which is going to be sort of a round robin, and the teams with the highest seedings will get put into the bracket. Depending on signups, you have a better chance of making it into that actual playoffs bracket thing. And then you can play in these kind of things. There are cash prizes, and there are featured matches like this. Like all of our finals matches are always going to be on here, but as well as cash prizes going on for the teams that end up winning it. So definitely a fun thing to check out. And yeah, if you like playing Halo and you want to play in a weekly league, you should check out the Discord and get involved in that. But we are going to be getting in to our game number 3. It's Capture the Flag on Forbidden. This is a map we haven't seen yet so far in this grand finals evening of Ascending Baseline Halo. So this should be an interesting one. 2 snipes, overshield's a lot to work with, but I feel like I feel like people often sleep on the fact that there are still shock grenades on this map, and those do so much damage. So you always have to kind of watch out for when those are going to get thrown at you. Like, you can shut down a lot of hallway pushes. The Valerian pushes up high immediately and is able to get that overshield. Grizz is going to secure a kill, I think, on that snipe side, as it looks like Valerian trying to stay alive with this overshield. Going to be pushing through. The push is coming, though, from the side of Playboys. One player makes in the runway. Pelcomp has that snipe. Looks like Elite Gamer missed a jump. Elite Game is going to go down. The snipe comes through as Darty goes down as well. Pelcomp is now trying to move through. He's the last player up. He's sneaky in the runway, and I'm not sure. I would expect him not to pull flag. What I think he's going to do is try to save his team from the spawn trap. He has the flank, and as long as he plays it right, he doesn't opt to go for the players on bridge. He's coming up behind this snipe player. Gonna get the back snack. He is spotted out, but he's hitting huge damage. No way. He almost takes out Tox there, but Tox is gonna be able to find the kill in the end and take him down. The trades are still kind of going. I don't think either team has really had too much advantage so far. Tox is gonna eventually take down Boss, but Darty is there to take him down as well. The shots are coming through. Sylvatic gonna take that player down low, and is looking. A player jumps all the way down as the flag had gotten pulled. The return is gonna come in, though, and Sylvatic will go down. Was trying to make something happen, but more or less reset here. I don't think there's really many power weapons floating around. Haven't seen a snipe ring out for a while. We're gonna see Boss picking up a kill, and a strong push from the Playboys coming in on the pistol side of Blue Flag as they are moving across. Darty trying to push through aggressively. One player down in runway. Boss tries to get that, runs into a player top mid, gonna leave it for a teammate, drops down, gets the kill, gonna survive the nade. Darty is maybe gonna be able to get that grab as Elite gets 1 kill. Elite goes down afterwards, and now we have Boss coming up over towards the sniper ridge. Gonna find a player on pillar. Great damage. The snipes come through from Darty. That flag is moving, and Playboys look like they're in a pretty decent spot to get this. Boss can just barely see the top of the head. Is gonna take down Grizz, which is such a big kill. Cannot quite get the runway player, but that player is 1 shot, so I imagine he's going to be cleaned up as that flag is, currently stalled out. It is now starting to move again. Boss got another kill, but unfortunately, now that he's in runway, it's going to be hard for him to support the team. He's going to have to really hope that they can get something done. That flag is almost in. It looks like Elite is going to be able to get that off of the spawn. Boss runs into a player in the back. Sylvatic is going to pick up 1. Comp and Elite are on the case trying to find him. Sylvatic gets the pull. He's moving it pretty quickly across as he does push up. He got that thrust. He's going to take out Elite, and what a play. Able to get a pull and get a pick. This kind of puts Playboys on the back foot just a little bit as they have to try and do something about that flag. They got the kills, and I think they should be set up here to get the reset. Looks like Pelcomp knew there was a player up here, was trying to search for him. Ooh, didn't have the right nade out, and that could have been a little hairy for Elite, but Elite was able to back up from it. And now Comp is moving up into a bit of a more aggressive position as he's getting ready to try and see what he can do. They're looking for players over on snipe side. No one is here so far, but a player is flanking through. The help is going to be here as Comp comes in. 1 player goes down. Comp's able to take out Tox with the perfect. He has the snipe now, so we'll see what he can get done with that. As the play, neither team really has too much advantage. Comp with a huge shot, going to take out 1. He's looking for these players on the snipe side. Can't really find them yet. As Boss Brawley calling them out. There's a player back there. He's looking to see if that player retreats, but that player is playing really patient. They know that Comp has a snipe, and so everybody is trying to make sure that they don't expose themselves to the angle that Comp is at. And Comp is now being forced to move up a little more aggressively, which, you know, is nice to get more angles, but leaves him more exposed. He's going to get clipped once by the snipe. Tox takes him out, and, like, that's the worry when you have to push up. That's why you need to play patient sometimes to leave him down there. But Elite Games able to get the snipe. Or we've seen him get a lot of really nice shots, but I think a player has snuck up behind him. He tries to get behind the wall, but there's another player there. Overshield and 2 snipes in the hands of, what would Cortana do? They find the last player back here too. That player's going to have to drop down. Tox has the OS. He's looking to see where that player's going. The player went all the way over to Mohawk, though. Ends up making a huge swing play. Tox is going to find one, and this is exactly what you didn't want to see if you were Darty. The OS pushing up on you. Runs into the thrust player here, but the OS is slowly getting melted. They're finessing, and they stopped this flag. I'm actually shocked that they've been able to stop it so far. I mean, they didn't have an overshield. There were 2 snipers looking over them. But the Playboys able to make some magic happen as they get the kills that they need and get that return happening. Looks like Valerian pushing up, trying to get a kill, but the cross shots come in. Boss gonna take her down, and I think we're gonna jump into a listen-in real quick with the Playboys and see what they're talking about with their 1-0 lead in this flag game.
I'm gonna try and help you get help.
Behind you, Darty.
These are the main
I was
ones.
there. There's two main.
Finish time.
Oh, on one shot.
I'm one shot.
Their snipers have shields.
2 their main still.
Nice
One
shot.
One shot on my X. There's 2 top main. They're main.
Tox is weak. Tox is one shot. He's gonna sit top mid.
Their pistol play.
Our pistol? Our main.
Our Lily weak. Pushing our sniper right now.
He's top first snipe. Might be our Mohawk. There's 2 on Mohawk, kind of. I'm my snipe here.
They're shooting from their pistols.
I got a melee on one of them. Top first snipe, 1 shot. Nice. 2 dead, 3 dead. Last guy, where's he
Yeah,
at?
play Ovi.
That's the last guy, nice.
Enemy flag returned.
I'm grabbing our snipe.
Looking there. Push one.
One's at their back sniper right now.
Oh my god. 2 top mid, one's 1 shot.
Yeah, there's 2 top main.
Our ramp.
I threw snipe off.
Back that base. On that commando going to
One should be
mode.
in our base.
One fell off the map.
I think that's the percent fell off. Was the one that was on our side. Top their snipe.
Our attic. Dead.
Top their
Top their
main.
main.
One shot. Dead. I'm gonna stay their sniper.
5 minutes remaining.
Their Mohawk's gonna be weak. He's weak, their Mohawk. 1 shot. Dead.
Nice.
I'm not smart over here.
Our Allen, behind you, Dart. Oh no, he went the other way. Ramp. He's on our ramp.
Dead.
He dead.
1 stop their main. Regain now, regain.
On our front, right there.
Our bridge.
Our flag right here. Weak.
Yeah, there's 1 shot on pole. Mohawk, 1 shot more. Mohawk,
They
1 shot.
didn't move. They're still right there.
Top main, our main, top our main, and top mid.
Enemy flag returned.
Okay, 2 are
I'm
snipe.
gonna go back BR.
I'm going as well.
One or long?
Yeah, it's overshot.
Then killed one.
Our hut. Our hut weak.
Flag's weak.
One's
Flags
dropping on
one
me.
shot. Their flags one shot. Dark.
Against from our flank.
Yeah, they're snipe weak.
One shot on return.
Nice.
Two dead. They're main going their pistol.
Yeah, Tommen.
I'm in.
He's one shot their window.
Maybe one there, hut.
One more their
Two
main.
dead.
He's straight. He's stuck.
I'm looking their main. They're top, they're back Mohawk. Boss, weak.
They're fucking flag kill me. There's one in their hut, boss. Snipes up.
There's two their back flag now and one's their hut on snipe.
One's here.
They should be able to spawn up.
I'm gonna
Two
try
on
to
their
get our
snipe
snipe.
hut. One right here.
Alrighty, we're back from that listening, and I gotta say they're both sounding really good on these teams. Playboys were able to sneak out another flag during that, and they're in a decent position. They have the standoff going, and this definitely favors them. I mean, if they can just drag out the standoff for long enough, it will force what would Cortana do to really have to make something happen. Final Boss is trying to get there to help his team as the return is trying to come in, but in this 2v1, you have to imagine it's going to work out. Comp takes out Tox, and they are going to be able to hold on to their standoff situation for now. The shot comes in. The repeat from the other snipe. Boss is going to go down as Grizz flanks across top mid. It looks like Elite has gotten into the back of the base. He hasn't started returning yet. I think he's going to wait for this player to try to get a touch on the flag, and he's just going to go for the back smack. No, just starts returning. The player knows. I think he decided he waited long enough, gets the return cleanly, and they're starting to try to put it in, but it looks like a couple of kills have not gone their way. Elite's trying to get over to help the squad. Their flag gets pulled again, and the standoff ends pretty cataclysmically for both teams, as they're both going to end up losing their advantage state. It does look like what would Cortana do have gone a few down here. Valerian and Grizz are going to need to make something happen to keep this flag alive. A huge grenade comes in. The shots come through as it looks like one of them stays alive. Grizz is trying to get across. They both end up going down from the crossfire, but now Tox and Sylvanik on the case. Sylvanik making a bit of a tough slide there. Almost throws him off. He's taking down the one shot. He's dodging the grenades as best he can, but luckily for him, they can't really push too aggressively. One player in main is going to do a lot of damage to Grizz. Grizz is going to pick up an extra kill on the way down. Final Boss is the last player up. He's in the window side, and I would imagine they'll start moving this flag pretty soon. Boss is taken down to one shot again. The flank is coming through. You could see it through the map as he's going to take that one down, and I think we are going to see them on the board here pretty soon, but they need to get another pull very quickly. Elite is getting a lot of damage. He wasn't able to take him down. Looks like Elite barely going to stay alive here as that player was shooting at another player that was behind him, trying to make it work. Elite was able to sneak an extra kill. They just have to hold out for 30 more seconds, and so far they haven't let anyone from What Would Cortana Do get to their side of the map. So as long as they get 1 or 2 kills, Final Boss is going to pick up Tox. I think they'll be able to close this out, but no, a pull comes in, sneak it in through the back. The shots are there as Grizz is going to go down right away. That overshield is about to come up. The shots are coming through onto, I think that's Valerian down there. Tox the only one up. Elite Gamers looking around, but with 4 seconds left, it looks like Playboys are going to be going up 2-1 overall in the series, taking back the lead that they've wanted. Elite punching that wall as he wants to get these games done, hoping to go on a bit of a run in these next few games. But you know, once again, really close game coming in. I felt like Playboys, their explosive start is what kind of got them that win. They were able to do enough damage and get an early cap, and then towards the mid game pick up another one, and then eventually, you know, drop one of those caps. But being able to get that first cap was the reason they didn't have to go into overtime, and they just made it happen so quickly off the back of a couple of good plays. So looking pretty good out here. Final Boss kind of leading the way with 22 kills, but Pelcom on the other side of that has 18 assists, which is like kind of crazy. That's more assists than kills is not a super common stat. And I mean, if you just look at Pelcom's assist number and then compare it to the entirety of the other team, he has almost as many as 3 players over there combined. So Pelcom really laying down as much damage as he possibly could. And this time it just felt like Playboys had a little bit more advantage on making sure that everybody on the team was doing damage and helping each other out, making sure they were getting those call outs. So that puts them in a decent position. But again, I can't really predict too much of what's going to happen with these teams. They've been going back and forth. Like every game when a team wins, they have some sort of outstanding performance that really just seems to make me think like, oh, they've got the edge until the next one happens. And again, good shots fired and hit. We're seeing that Grizz has 2 shots more than Final Boss, just barely taking the cake for the most shots fired in the match. And same with most shots hit, but definitely having a good game. And also, I mean, again, Grizz has been playing great this entire time, really keeping up with the damage and making sure that his team has all the opportunities that they need to make something happen. So as we get into this game number 4, hopefully everybody's hyped for it. We're still going back and forth, and neither team really seems to have found the kryptonite to take out the other team here. We're going into Recharge Strongholds, and last time this map got pretty crazy. Playboys were up fairly significantly throughout most of the game. I think they had like roughly a 100-point lead, and then right around the 140 mark, what would Cortana do? Took control and just kept it the entire time. A couple triple caps lasted maybe just a little bit too long, and they were able to close that one out. So we'll see if it's a repeat or if the Playboys had figured something out towards the end of that game on how they wanted to deal with the strat. Hellcomp is pushing through quickly with Elite Games to try to get this shock, and it's the same strat they did last time. This seems to be the strat they prefer. The green gun shot is going to connect. It looks like Hellcomp drops down to start capturing B. Boss is going to pick up Sylvanic, but the push is here. We'll see if Hellcomp can survive. He gets the trade. Elite is there to finish up this hill and doesn't take that much damage, so he's starting to be able to maybe push out. He's dodged most of the grenades. He's trying to make his way up to A, tries to get a good nade angle, and that's almost such a clever grenade. It's just barely bouncing off the stairs, but he is going to get pinched pretty quickly, and now Darty is in a tough spot. 2 players there, and he's really low. He's going to go down. Hellcomp is trying to take C. He's going to win his piv there and get it. I think there was a player trying to push him. I hear the grenade coming in. Oh, never mind. It was a team grenade. Sylvanic is going to use that to pick up a kill, though, so probably worth it in the end as Final Boss gets 1, but we're seeing a slight scoring advantage going over the Playboys, which is similar to what we saw last time. They came out pretty early, and we're able to get some stuff done. Big shout out to Ninja Dilly for subscribing. Thanks for supporting the channel. You're always a fun member to have around on Sending Baseline. Congrats on your Division 3 win the other day. So we do see Tox pushing up. I cannot believe Tox was able to survive that just barely. One more commando shot. He goes up, picks up the double kill, runs into Comp. He's gonna have to make something happen. He's getting pretty finessey with it, but Comp is gonna clutch up, and I feel like Comp has been such a rock in this series. Just damage you expect. Like he doesn't go off too often with like making these crazy plays, but he's certainly consistent with it. Like he's gonna hit his shots, he's gonna have a good straight. Valerian was trying to get C, but Comp is once again there. Gordon in the side, Valerian good damage, but Comp comes out on top defending their claim to C. B's gonna get reset, and the points are slowly trickling towards Playboys as they're doing what they can damage wise. Tox is over here in C, and they're trying really hard to get to C, but Comp is just so stubborn back here. That looks like a camo player is going to be pushing up. Comp in a bit of a tough spot. Tox is going to be able to take him down, but again, I thought I saw camo, and there it is. Final Boss comes up behind it. Looks like he's going to pick up 2 as that camo is really paying off. They've been able to lock this down. Reset on C. They're about to be up almost 50 points here as they keep it going. And it looks like Boss is now getting a little aggressive with the last bit of his camo. I think he's hoping to pick off one of the players that maybe overextends to try to push something. He's going to find one in Needles, gets good shots, going to take down Grizz, doesn't take much damage. Couple shots on the overhang. He's actually trying to sneak the kill. He will eventually go down as it looks like Valerian picks up a double kill. And now Tox has made his way into B, which this kind of makes sense. Tox was aggressively pushing towards C, and it seems like Tox is very objective oriented so far in this game, trying to just make sure that he can make something happen on the map and stop the points from trickling over too far. But now that he has B, he's come back to help the team. Valerian is going to get 1, but is traded out by Boss. Sylvanic is also there. The collapse is happening on Boss. Tox is going to leave, trusting that his team can get that, and now he's going to try to stop this B push from happening. But it looks like Darty was prepared for the push there. Is going to eventually go down, but not before capping B, which is going to flip more points in their favor. And every time you cap B, it puts so much pressure on because B is so exposed. You can see it from so many places on the map. You have to get those nades, and now Valerian has to be careful because there's a glass player. That's a pretty good grenade. The player has to slide through. They managed to get a couple of down and are able to take this. The shots are coming through from bottom white and bridge jump up as Valerian's trying to get out, does manage to escape into gold, and such a good job of playing her life right there because you really got to survive and make it so that Playboys are the team that are going to have to make their way over towards the B side, which is again a hard kill to get. Valerian hits good damage, gonna get the melee on the final boss. 3 down, and they're starting to bring this back. It looks like somebody is pressuring C. They're thinking about trying to get those triple caps rolling, which again is what they did last time. The camo's up. Valerian looks like she wants to drop down. There's already a player down there. I think the nade close to being good. It looks like it was as that camo player goes down. It was not burned, but Playboys know that. Final boss gets into position to help his teammate Darty get that camo. Now Darty with his camo needs to make something happen as we're like getting close to being tied up. Darty, good damage onto these bottom 8 players. B is gonna flip over. Grizz gets one, a huge grenade is gonna take out Sylvanic, and now the flank is in, but he is spotted. No way he's able to get that. Grizz tries to throw the grenade, it doesn't catch the stick, and so Darty was able to get the melee kill to take him down. Looks like a lot of trades coming back and forth over here. The shots come through. B flipped back over once again, and so even with that camo, they didn't get too much. Elite and Darty are in white, but the push comes through. One player is taken out, another player taken out. The grenades are grabbed right before Tox was able to shoot that, just like a couple of frames, and Tox would have probably gotten a kill there. Getting good damage. The player just hitting that crouch angle. Looks like they're thinking about maybe pushing. B stairs is going to get taken down. Sylvanic doing a good job, and what would Cortana do? Have taken the lead here. More cross shots coming through. Player tries to push out on bridge. It's final boss, and it looks like Tox wants to clean up this player, see if he can stagger those spawns. Boss made his way all the way in the world though somehow, even with all those players down, and now Tox is going to be the one paying for it as he goes down. Boss knows there's a player bottom A. He's looking for that player. That player is one shot, and this is pretty big. They are able to get A control. They lost C, but I don't think they're too worried because they picked up B during that. And I think we're going to jump into a listening real quick with what would Cortana do and see how they plan to retake control of this map.
Nading your
Red.
needles.
Red door, red door, red door, red door. Red door.
He went bank pit.
1 shot red door.
Camo's up.
And on me, A.
He's chasing you. 1 shot.
Got up A. Boss.
Camel's burnt. There's one aim
Needles right now.
behind
He's
you.
fighting A right now.
Yeah, I heard that. Weak needles going A. One's A door with PR.
Bottom A.
Very bottom white. You can tell him. I don't see him.
He might have went Ming.
Yeah, went back to A. Okay, bottom.
Needles, weak.
It is.
Dead.
1 shot needed Mauler pit.
Hold, top hold.
Enemy halfway to
Mauler pit
Mauler.
weak going control. He's dead.
2 dead. I'm going A.
Top hold. Top hold.
Actually, hold on.
He's gonna be your back.
Top A, top A.
I hear you. One
base.
top gold is still. 2 and B. Did we not get the push?
Glass week. Hit and whirlpool and glass.
One's up too.
Bad ledge on shock. Weak.
Top hold, weak.
Shock 1 shot bad ledge.
Needles.
I'm here with you.
One's bottom A. Elevator. Weak.
Glass. And Dorito.
Top
Looking
Ed's weak.
glass. Glass going red pipes.
Dorito.
Top A.
2 in
There's 2 in
red.
here, both weak. Another one there, but an elevator.
Push
Bad
it.
ledge.
Three
Bad
dead,
ledge.
three dead.
Last guy's batteries.
enemy
I'll
team
get B, I'll get
score.
B. Nice.
See plat. He's gonna be long.
Cool.
T5 weak.
2 there.
I'm holding your A
One
cross.
shot. That was 1 shot in the Z.
I'm watching your long.
White stairs.
I got shots on both.
Yeah,
Top
I'm
white,
holding
one
it.
dead.
One backside low. Last guy. One just spawner.
Blocking.
Camo's up.
Three gold stairs, 3 gold stairs. Shots.
They got camo.
He went needles.
Oh my god, they're in red. They're in red pipes.
We need cap C.
Red.
Boss triple
Max
stack, 1
and
shot.
batteries.
2 on C. 1 triple stack.
Team score.
Mid bridge to white. Mid bridge to white.
Yeah, suitcase.
Alrighty, we're back from that listening, and I gotta say they're sounding pretty good, and they have like decent plans. You know, as soon as things were starting to look a little hairy, you could hear Sylvanic in there being like, "Hey, we gotta start capping C because they're gonna get B." And it has been working out. It's been going pretty back and forth, but Playboys have had the edge for most of this game. They've been able to hold on, unlike the last time in Stronghold, where things started to get a little bit risky, but it's still anybody's game. as it looks like A is going to flip back over. Elite is trying to push through quickly. As he notices there are a couple players there, he's going to come back into A, but there's already a player top A. No, that player was one shot. He's going to survive, get the reset. But A, or B and C are now in the hands of what would Cortana do. It looks like Elite Games trying to do as much damage as he can to this player. Those nades are so scary. Yeah, you could hear that they were close. Elite gets out of that is crazy. There was a guy top white that for a split second there had the angle on him. Elite is trying to get the stick. That player opts to back up. I get stubborn on that fight all the time and will be like, it'll just miss me. I'll keep shooting. And then I get stuck. So good job by Elite to back up, doing the damage they can. They hit the 200 mark and they're in a pretty decent position to try to get this going. Elite gets the first shot, goes for the trade, is going to take out Valerian. Two go down though, and there's a player in B. This could be so risky as Tox is trying to come up to support Sylvanic. The B player tries to get over to grapple. They take him down. They're both kind of trapped here. They're both playing the same pillar. One grenade could be tragic. The players are coming through on the long haul side. Sylvanic tries to do what he can, but Pelkov is going to get a couple. Looks like another player is flying towards that B box. The shots are not there. Valerian cannot quite close out the kill. Huge plays coming out from the player that was on box. I did not quite catch the name. I think it was Comp, though, if I'm not mistaken. We do have the camo player being spotted out here. Jumps up onto the pillar, is going to get taken down. And A is going to end up going across. Meanwhile, Sylvanic is taken super low. He's in bottom white, trying to stay up, and has a great angle if those players try to stop the A or the C hold, but they're not going to. They immediately pivot over to B, and now the pressure is once again on what would Cortana do on how they're going to get across the map. There's a player trapped in B, but that player is doing so much damage. Sylvanic is spending a lot of time trying to get that kill to happen. Runs into Comp over here on the top, hits the perfect shots to take him down off of overhang, and this might be their chance to push. Elite is trying to get there. There's already one player there. Is going to get stun locked as Sylvanic hits a couple of shots. The player comes in from behind, and they're starting to take A. They can really not give up another. Oh, the melee does connect for a second. I thought Darty's melee wasn't quite there. He's going to get into C, and this could be exactly what they need. He needs to win this fight. Great shots are going to come out. The teamwork is there. Gets C. They've got the BC hold, and they're capping A. Very similar to what happened just coming from the other direction as Playboys get the triple cap. Only need a couple more seconds to go. B is starting to get capped. They're not really that focused on stopping it. They know they only need a couple more points. They just need to stop these players in C. But the shots are coming in. Elite picks up a double kill. C is going to be flipped. B is getting capped during all of this. And it looks like the shots are going to be there. An overkill from Elite is going to cap out the game as Playboys are going to go up 3-1. And they just need one more game to close out these finals, which again have been a nail biter. I think this is the first time we've seen like a significant lead in the series between these two teams. Playboys coming out on top, and they've got to be feeling good, getting ready for our game number 5. And once again, the consistency on this squad is looking pretty nice. They're all shooting about the same over here, getting lots and lots of kills. And they just barely had the edge that game. If you look across, they just have like slightly more kills overall. And not nearly as many assists. So, you know, kind of getting some good pivs and things like that. But yeah, Playboys coming out pretty strong to gain a bit of a lead in this series. And I think this puts them in a prime spot. You know, they just have to take one of the next 3 games. Looks like we do have a couple of players going to go ahead and reset their games, make sure that everything's running as well as it can be. And two Sylvanic shoots so much. 305 shots fires. Top in the lobby once again on those shots. But when you look over on that Playboy roster, they've got a lot of firepower coming out too. You know, they have 3 players around like that 150 plus range. So it's certainly getting the damage across, and not that surprising. I feel like I would expect that to be one of their stronger maps just based on how I've seen them play. They tend to be pretty solid at holding positions and getting a lot of damage down on stuff, and they usually don't push things until they know they have an advantage. They're not, you know, just getting like a couple of shots and going in for it. They're like, nah, we'll make sure we get a kill. We've got some people trapped, and then we're going to get in there. So doing a great job of, you know, patiently picking the right times to get their pushes going. But it does look like some of these players are starting to come back. Sylvanic once again putting up big numbers on that 7K damage. The rest of his squad looking pretty good. And I mean, the damage overall is pretty close between these two teams. I feel like it'd be a nice feature if the thing also added up total damage for the squads for us. But if I look at that, I would estimate that, you know, we're within a couple hundred of each other overall. Maybe probably with the edge going to Playboy, but things are looking ridiculous out of these two teams. I'm so excited to see how they're going to play out this next map. I think it should be a Slayer, right? Game 5? Yeah, I'm losing it. Game 5s are always Slayers. So the Slayer did go to What Would Cortana Do pretty convincingly, but if you remember from the last series, they had back and forth Slayers the entire time. Where it was like, I mean, one of them literally came down to a 1v1 piv and a 1v1 piv that both players had to take. Neither player had a choice in that matter. There was no backing down from that. Be like, I'll play safe. Is like, no, you definitely had to roll the dice on that one and make it work out. So I'm expecting to see another explosive Slayer. I like that when we saw our Street Slayers games, they were very like opposite. In the first series, Streets was heavily favored by Playboys. You know, a little hiccup towards the end, but then they brought it home by 8. And then in the one in this reset series, What Would Cortana Do just came out, you know, relatively decent. Like, once again, it was a Playboy's initial opening that was strong, but it was only like 4 to 6 kills in the beginning as opposed to 10. And What Would Cortana Do chipped away at it to eventually come out 10 kills plus. So I expect to see the Slayer go back and forth. I'm excited to see, you know, what map we're going to be on for that. And it should definitely be a good time between these teams. But yeah, I mean, everybody's looking like they're firing on all cylinders. And I know it's getting kind of late for chat. Thank you guys for sticking it out to see how this is going to conclude. I feel like this is one of the most tense finals we have, you know, kind of rivaling the Panda from last series, or what was it, the last session of games in our Pandemonium games went to a game 14 in the finals. So potentially could happen here, but Playboys definitely don't want that. They're hoping to close it out here as we are getting loaded up into this next map, and this is their opportunity to really make it work. I know that they've had some ups and downs, but I feel like, again, like throughout this whole time, they've been the more solid team. Like, they're consistently doing stuff, and it feels like when What Would Cortana Do gets stuff done, it's because they just randomly go on like heaters of plays where they're getting a bunch of like multi kills, things like that, rotating heavily on the map. And Playboys, you kind of heard it in that Forbidden game where a boss was like regain, and then also took a moment to say, as in like map position, regain position, because I heard that and I was also confused like some of you, because regain is usually like, oh, you lost a piv, it's okay, you know, get your brain back together and get ready for it. So we'll definitely have to see how these players do this. But this was a map that was kind of, you know, tragic for Playboys. This was the one that could have won them the series before the reset. What Would Cortana Do? We're able to come out up on top of that, and Playboys were looking pretty good. So Vanek and Tox picking up kills right away. Comp gets those rockets. He should get at least 1 kill here. He's taken low. It looks like he's gonna try and get that rocket. No way. If he sneaks a second kill, I don't know why we're pulling out the rocket again. I feel like, you know, maybe a little bit of a miss input there, as he is gonna go down, but he does clean up or get 1 kill. Set up for a second. Elite is able to get another clean, and we're still pretty close. 2 kills separate the teams right now as Elite is trying to push back up with his team. It looks like a couple players forced back, but Boss has managed to sneak through and has a decent position to get something done. He's in a prolonged fight, and the longer that goes with his position, the more dangerous it becomes, because there are players all over. Elite hits a huge perfect to take out Valerian, but is eventually going to get traded out as the kills are starting to favor. Ooh, awkward grenade bouncing off the ankle, but the kills are starting to favor What Would Cortana Do. Tox looking to see what he can get done as he's pushing up on the silver. Gets caught out immediately. He's going to live for a little bit, but Boss is there to close it out. Going to pick up a double kill. Another player in silver goes down, and that push ends up ending in tragedy. We're tied up 8-8 between the two teams. It looks like Valerian waiting for the spawners on her team to come up to see what she can get done. But Playboys are looking to push their advantage. I love this angle, trying to shoot through the hole. Comp is going to get taken down. Darty pretty low, trying to move up. Sylvanic goes down, and Boss getting that kill is so big. If he dies there, Darty dies too, because he was about to turn the corner into that. Another kill comes through, and we've got a 3-kill advantage for the Playboys. They are looking pretty strong at the moment as they're starting to move across the map to see what all they can get done here. Darty is going to end up finding a decent angle here, looking for that player, but the player is hiding. Eventually Elite finds him. I was wondering if they were going to be able to find the player hiding on the back pyramid ledge, but they are going to get there as they're starting to get decent kills, but the trades are coming through. Valerian gets one nice and clean. It looks like Tox is going to pick up another 14. Tox not even going to have to trade there. Sylvanic had the help. We're tied up 15-15, but the team shots are coming in. We're trading back once again, 16-16. Sylvanic can end up in a piv, but he lost track of him. These players dancing in the cave. It looks like Sylvanik has the help of Grizz going to take that out, and they're back in the lead by 1 kill. But Sylvanik, we saw him here last time, the grenade storm. He survived it the first time they were here. Let's see if he can do it this game. This is how they closed out that first series. He's getting a lot of damage. He's still surviving the grenades. The grenades are still flying, and he's so low. The push is going to happen. Gets a player down to 1 shot. If he could have snuck that kill, that would have been huge. Boss with the rockets could be a pretty upsetting thing for what would Cortana do as the kills are starting to swing away. We have a 2-kill advantage. Playboys have taken back the lead, and Boss still has a little bit of rockets to work with. Has 1 left. He's going to try to get those shields back. A spawner in the back of red could be a problem. Okay, Darty was it looked like was thinking about pushing window, and that spawner would have probably had a nice easy kill. The rocket not going to fully kill, but Boss catches the headshot or the body shot to take out Sylvanik. Gets good damage onto this elbow player. The cleanup's going to come in from Comp, and they're up 4 kills at the moment, looking pretty good. And on that note, I think we'll try to jump into a listen in real quick with the Playboys, see what they've got going on with their lead.
Enemy halfway to victory.
2 there, 2.
Raven City. I got naded out.
And kill pyramid.
Grizz is blue BR.
On my X, Sylvanik. 2 on my X. 1 shot, both 1 shot, both 1 shot. Hold on, don't push by yourself. There's 2 there. Don't push too far.
Spawn red, I spawned red.
Hang on.
I'm
There's
still
2
down
pushing
over
me.
here.
There's 2
Blue
pushing
BR
me.
saw me.
Push my cave. I'm gonna need help.
Okay, yeah, 2.
Tox is just looking at me. Top mid.
2 red cave.
Just live, guys. Live. We need to get all up at once. I spawn on a rocket, so you. Blue window or what's up?
They're pushing
One more
red.
elbow.
I'm getting shot from top mid.
Come in. And blue BR, 2 blue BR. What the fuck? How do I get melee from blue BR, bro? What?
One still red elbow. Top mid weak. Tox is 1 shot. Top mid.
Back
One
green.
still red elbow.
Red
somewhere.
window, 1 shot. Going towards red elbow.
Still top mid.
Dead. Red
Is
rockets
it top
coming up.
rocks?
Elbow and bottom mid on thrust. And rocks.
Bottom mid absolute.
Two bottom mid. Two bottom mid.
One's 1 shot.
Rockets coming up. Rockets coming up now.
Blue, red sniper ramp. Rockets.
Blue elbow. Sylvanik.
One shot.
They have
Behind
rockets
you,
somewhere.
behind you.
Where'd you go?
That's just only this one.
We're in sniper side wrong. I'm just gonna wait, I guess.
I'm coming you.
Sylvanik's still over here somewhere.
One here, y'all.
No, I'm dead. Bottom
Dead.
mid with rockets.
One shot grass. 2 1 shots grass, bro. 2 1 shots grass, bro.
Got one.
Another one down there. He went silver.
He's weak. He's weak.
1 shot again. We going bottom mid.
Dead.
I'm a sniper ramp. right here.
I'm coming.
1 shot my X.
Enemy team
One
nearing
shot.
victory.
One more there. One shot. Nice.
Dead.
Blue PR.
They're still on that side. Snipe's coming up. I'm grabbing snipe.
He's
One
still
top
here.
mid.
Blue window. 2 blue window now. We got sniper.
We're down 6.
Push me here.
Blue cave. 1 shot blue cave. On the sniper ramp. 1 shot. Dead. On my grass.
Dead.
3 dead.
Bottom mid. Let's go.
Dead.
Blue. I think I saw one spawn blue.
Yeah, they did. Blue elbow right now.
Back blue. Nice.
Other one back there.
Blue elbow went bottom mid. Go blue elbow again. Blue elbow again.
Blue elbow's 1 shot. Back blue's 1 shot.
I'm getting killed from red
Back
base.
was
I'm
dead.
base me right now.
I'm hitting it.
Getting chased again.
Come up
Top
here.
mid weak.
I'm 1 shot.
Blue BR.
Red snipe. Dead.
Top mid 1 shot.
Dead.
Blue BR never died.
Top mid.
Blue BR still. I'm me 1 shot.
One
Blue
shot.
BR,
I
he's
can't
off.
shoot him. Nice.
5 minutes.
Another
Shut
one.
up.
remaining.
I'm here with you.
Yeah, I'm behind you.
Blue window.
Alrighty, we are back from that listening, and I gotta say the composure out of the Playboys was incredible there. They're sitting there playing their lives so well, trying to make sure that they can get this game out, and they were able to drag back that deficit. They were down like 6 or 7 at one point. They're tied up 45-45. I feel like this game could not be any closer. Shots are coming through. Elite Gamers is taken low, but he's in a bad spot in cave. He's gonna probably have to shoot out before those nades get him. No, he's staying alive for now. A 1-kill advantage on what would Cortana do, as Elite Gamers trying to make sure he stays alive. Got those shields back, but they lost their position. I feel like Playboys are so strong when they hold that snipe. I'm not sure how well they can sit here and control the base. They're trying to watch rockets. It looks like one player from What Would Cortana Do is thinking about sneaking over. I think we saw somebody going, never mind, Final Boss in the corner. I thought he was maybe trying to escape a bit. He manages to sneak a kill. They're gonna get one, maybe. The push is trying to come through. Elite's trying to find him. The trades come in. The advantage is still 1 kill from What Would Cortana Do. Rockets are gonna shoot. He's not gonna get there. Kind of stuck in no man's land. It's really important for Pelcom to get away right now. We're all tied up, and no way Pelcom picks up the last kill. They're gonna clutch it up at the very end, 50-49, but Playboys are gonna be your Division 2 champions. Incredible they were able to get there. I thought that it was over. When I saw the Rockets get pulled, I was like, oh no, that's such a problem for them, but they clutch up. They're able to get the damage done. Huge games, huge plays by Pelcom. We saw him on Snipe during that listening stay alive for so long, getting so many kills, especially his little rat play where when he got low and he was sitting at top red side of Snipe ramp, that player walks right past him. He gets a free kill, ends up picking up a double in that scenario from the player on top mid. And that's going to do it for our Division 2. Once again, huge shout out to the Playboys. They're able to win that in a grueling series, taking it 4-1 after the reset. And even though it was 4-1, like so many of those games could have gone either way, but the Playboys just had that much of an edge to be able to take it all the way for us. So shout out to the viewers. Thank you guys for sticking around. You know, we managed to keep, it looks like 33 people here during the whole time. I know this was a long grand finals, longer than I was expecting it to be. But we made it, everybody, for a long day of Halo. I'm sure you were watching that HCS stuff earlier. Big shout out to Naughty Angel handling the observations in the stream and stuff like that for us, making sure we got to see all that action and get those listen-ins. And so, huge shout out to our production team on that note. And yeah, if you want to hit that ! Discord and check out what's going on in the Sending Baseline. Sending Baseline is a gaming and fitness community for all skill levels who encourage and support its members to ascend not only their gaming but their fitness too. We've got an active looking for group going on almost every single night. We've got 4 to 6 lobbies of players just grinding it out in ranked monthly tournaments and things like that, as well as these leagues. Those monthly tournaments do have prize pools. We got one coming up on the 12th. That's going to be a squad battle one. If you bring a friend, you get in for free. All our AB leagues is what you were just watching. It's pre-made, and then we have a draft league. The draft league is about to start up, so if you're interested in that, definitely check out the draft league. It'll be a fun thing to do, especially if you don't know anybody really that well, is you can check out draft and you'll be able to meet some players to be able to queue with if, maybe you're having some trouble finding people to play with, things like that. So those are going to be starting up soon. The AB league split into 4 divisions. Division 1 through 4, those are just different skill ranks. So no matter where you land in those kind of different lobbies, you'll be able to get as much done or be able to have nice and even games. All the tournaments, leagues, and events are cast and streamed right here on the Ascending Baseline channel. We keep track of your stats as well. So if you're just trying to figure out how you've been stacking up compared to other players in the Discord or seeing your improvement, you can always check that out. We got more to come in the future. So join the Discord with !Discord. Make sure to follow us on Twitter with !Twitter for all the latest updates on what's going on inside of Ascending Baseline so you don't miss any of the action. And if you're a coffee fan like me, which some of you might be with how late this went on tonight, definitely check out Coffee Brand Coffee. The Ascending Baseline members that have been using it have told me that it's great. If you use code ASCEND, you'll get a fantastic 5% off of every purchase, and it helps support Ascending Baseline, letting us do these kind of things. So once again, huge shout out to the community. Thanks everybody for showing up for the games, and we'll catch you next time.